Going to go out of screen to check.
We're just getting the stream set up for you. Looks like we're live.
We are.
Everything's coming up roses. Please set the stream title. Okay. Hello. Very nice to be here. My name is Alex Dixon. With me here today is Jack Dixon, just slightly out of shot, testing out some technical bits and bobs. Jack is the creator of a book called Adventuring with Pride and the upcoming sequel, Adventuring with Pride, Queer We Go Again, which you can see some of the promotional material for on the stream now. We are running this stream with Warwick Tabletop, who very kindly had us on the stream today as part of their tabletop radio series, where they've been raising money for the excellent charity Mermaids, which raises money for trans people, especially trans youth, across the UK and possibly beyond. I can't quite recall, but
I think Mermaid's just UK.
Okay. But yeah, they do fantastic work. Obviously, trans people are under a lot of pressure at the moment for one reason or another. So we're very grateful and happy to help out with Tabletop's excellent drive. So far, they've raised well over £2,000, which means I believe they met every single stretch goal that they had. And for the £600 stretch goal, we said we would do a preview stream of Adventuring with Pride, Queer We Go Again, for you all.
Specifically, the first campaign of Queer We Go Again.
Yes, we're going to be running the first of 4 campaigns that appear in the book. It's called My Fair Lady, Fair spelled Faire. And you'll see why in not very long from now, but I think you can probably guess. We'll be starting in just a few minutes to give people the opportunity to arrive. But before we start, I think we should give our players the opportunity to introduce themselves. So, Alex, if you'd be so kind to start.
Hello, I'm Alex. I am a board games rep for Warwick Tabletop, and the pronouns are they, he.
Thanks, Alex. Artemis.
Hey, I'm Artemis. Pronouns also they, he. Excited to be here.
Great to have you. And Reylynn?
Hello, my name is Reylynn. My pronouns are she, her, and I am also excited to be here.
Good. If anybody didn't say that, I'd be very upset.
Yeah, no, I'm very bored to be here.
I hate it here.
It's such a faff, really.
At least you're honest.
I'm here for the money.
Very good.
Money?
And I think we're all kind of affiliated with Tabletop in various ways. Is that right? I mean, Alex, you said you're the board games rep. Artemis and Reylynn, are you kind of affiliated with the Board Game Society?
Yep.
Tabletop?
Yeah, part of the SOC.
Part of the SOC.
Happy members, and I'm sort of a friendly ghost who's been around for far too long and occasionally pops in to say hello, among other things.
Part of the SOC, part of the crew.
Excellent. Okay, so the stream's going to be 3 hours long, so from now until 5 p.m. UK time. And about halfway through, depending on how things go, we'll have a 10-minute break just so that we can reset ourselves, make sure everything's set up for the second half of this. So without further ado, I suppose we'll get stuck in. So if you could, sorry, excuse me. So allow me to set the scene. So we find ourselves in a coffee shop called the Daily Grind. The coffee shop itself is, well presented, very nice, very modern for the time, which means, wood. Behind the bar, we see cleaning up some glasses an elf.
Yes.
Called Xander. So if you could, Alex, if you could kindly let us know who Xander is.
Xander is a barista in this world who brews magical coffee after dropping out of college because they weren't a very good wizard.
It happens,
It really does.
Yes, so in D&D terms, Xander is going to be a wizard, and their subclass, or his subclass, is
It's called a barista.
barista. So yes, the way that their class works is that they're going to brew potions ahead of time, kind of like an alchemist, and those potions will have special effects. And I'm sure at various points Alex will let us know which effects are going to be used. But obviously, we're starting in a coffee shop, which is a perfect opportunity to brew some of these potions up in advance, which I assume we're going to do, Xander.
Yeah, I'm behind the counter right now. I'm brewing some up as we speak.
Working hard.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And sitting over at one table, looking kind of bit listless, maybe waiting around for nothing in particular, is a tiefling, and they're carrying a nice big placard with them that's just resting against their table. Artemis, would you please introduce Kid?
Yeah. Kid is an activist fighter. He's graduated the Adventurers Academy with flying colours, and is passionate about fighting for what's right.
Excellent.
He's just sitting there,
just having a sit down, as you do
in a coffee shop.
Yeah. And this scene is, playing out in as much as it's playing out, which is to say it's fairly uninteresting. When in walks, or should I say floats, not a person, but a floating spectral camera pointed backwards, and following it in through the door, also floating, is a gnomish lady. Now, Reylynn, if you could kindly introduce Missy.
What's up, guys? My name's Missy. I am the sole winner of my hometown's talent contest, and I have been so generously donated by my wonderful patron. They have granted me so many things to be the ultimate influencer.
Excellent. Yes. Missy is a warlock, and the pact is called Pact of the Influencer, which is again new, but the main benefit that comes along with that, and the way this warlock is set up, is that they have a floating spectral camera, and their patron will make their feelings known, shall we say, spontaneously through the use of various cantrips, and we will see that play out over the course of the adventure.
My lovely donators.
Absolutely. And I think I forgot to say, Kid is, yes, an activist fighter, which is a new subclass which focuses on crowd control and non-lethal combat mechanisms to kind of control the battlefield in combat, and also rally their allies.
Rally the troops.
Rally the troops, if you like. Yes. So that's the scene. We see the gnome Missy coming through the door, and all of a sudden the three characters kind of look at each other, and they start to realize, hold on a second, don't I know you before? And it turns out that all three of you are alumni of the Adventuring Academy, or the Adventurers Academy, which is kind of the premier educational institution in the realm. Obviously, Kid has dropped out of that, but Xander's dropped out of that, but Kid and Missy are fully fledged graduates, and you realise that you all actually know each other, and you take the opportunity to reconnect. I don't know if you want to play that out a bit.
I'm just gonna walk over and just go, what can I get you then? As I kind of try and hide that I know these people.
I'd like to place my hand over my camera flick and go, are you guys okay going live?
Very good.
I suppose.
Fine.
What's up, guys? You never believe what has happened. I've met some of my fellow alumni of the Adventurers Academy.
Other people in this shop.
I know. That's who I'm aiming this at, and my camera.
Right. So all of a sudden, Missy, you feel a strong impulse, a strong kind of mental impulse coming from your camera, and you realize that what your patron really wants to see most of all is you three to reconnect and have a kind of reunion episode, if you like. So that's what I would say is something that has been presented to you as a suggestion, and you notice that your camera swivels on as if on a pivot to point at the wall, and on the wall is a ornately produced flyer for a fair that's in town at the moment, just outside of the city centre. What's that fair called? What's the name of the people?
Murbok.
Pardon?
Murbok.
Murbok.
Murbak.
Murbok, the Murbok Fair, which is being hosted by the Lord Murbok,
Yes.
who is kind of a big name in town, and you get the feeling that your patron would be very interested to see you three attend.
Okay. So currently I'm changing the stream from on a walk to just chatting.
Hmm.
Look, please, can I just get you a coffee? It's been a long morning.
Surprise me then.
Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the coffee machine and just pour an espresso.
Very surprising.
Basic coffee.
Kid, how have you been? I haven't seen you for ages.
Oh yeah, good. Just still making the signs, still doing my thing.
Eating the lich.
Yeah.
How did your exams go?
Oh yeah, it was great actually. Surprisingly well. All graduated now, not quite sure what to do. You seem to have found yourself a career?
Following.
A following. Okay.
I'm an influencer.
Oh, sure.
My generous patrons can watch me whenever I allow. And one always gets to. They simply provide me with things, and I provide them with content. It's all about content.
Isn't
I'm
it
gonna come
just?
back over and just slam the coffee on the table and go, "Here's your coffee.
How much is it?
3 gold pieces."
I look at.
Awfully overpriced, I know. But I don't get any of this money. Please.
Oh,
I pay 4 and I tip 1.
Oh,
Generous.
That is a generous tip.
that's
It
a very
is.
generous tip.
Well, it's my friend. I
How much money are you getting off this influencing job, Missy?
get a lot.
Oh my god.
But Xander, how have you been? I haven't seen you for such a long time.
Well, as you can see, I'm working in a coffee shop, so
Just an honest
Better-
living.
better than ever. Of course.
How'd your exams go?
Missy, you know I didn't take them.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll edit that out in the VOD.
It's live!
Yes, but the VOD won't have it.
Great. Brilliant. It's really
Oh.
helpful. Really helpful, Missy.
You're welcome.
So something, but before long, something that you've never seen before starts to happen. Your camera starts walking or floating away from you. It's pointing at you, but it's sort of floating out the door as if to say, "Come on, then."
Well, guys, I've got to go in the direction of the content, so I'll have to see you later.
Okay.
I take my coffee and I'm following. Oh, well, first I go out the door and I come back in. I look at where I actually meant to go for the fair. And then I go back out.
You realise, Missy, that you have absolutely no idea where this fair is.
Does it not say on the thing?
Not relative. You're no, you may need some assistance, let's say, if you want to make your way over to the
Do I
fair.
know where the fair is?
You do. You half know. Kid knows the other half.
Nice.
Nice.
If you want to go to Murbox Fair, like this shop probably is a store there.
When does your
Why don't you come with?
when's your shift end?
Like 10 minutes, so fine. I don't have anything else to do today other than sulk, so fine, I'll come with.
Oh, you're so
Great.
relatable.
And Kid, naturally, you're quite dispassionate in general, but do you feel like you might be persuaded, maybe for some fun and games? Maybe there's somebody who needs looking after. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there'll be people I can be angry at, people I can help.
Very good. Okay, so you make your way out the door. Xander, you put a sign on, back soon, and you make your way between you. You remember where the location is. You make your way in the direction of the fairground, which is just outside of the main town centre, so maybe 10 minutes away. But before you reach it, you hear a noise coming from behind you, and you turn around to see an extremely well-appointed, very handsome knight in ornate blue jewel-encrusted armor. I suppose the three of you have the stream up. There is a picture of the man.
Ooh.
He's very well appointed.
Do I recognize the uniform at all?
Would you make an investigation check for me?
I
Please.
shall.
He's got very long legs.
Nice.
Yes, it's part of the art style of our incredible artist that's doing a lot of the art.
Let's say 19.
19. That will do the trick.
Ooh.
So it does not take you very much time to work out that actually the jewels encrusted in this armor are fake. It is it's all for show. Perhaps this man is not quite as well appointed as he would like you to believe. You don't recognize the armor as being of any particular, affiliation. It's not, part of a guard or anything. But
I'm gonna walk up to him and say, "Hey, you going to this crappy fair later?"
tally ho!
Oh,
So
God.
I suppose you're some of those commoners who have come to witness me win the fair Lady Elfie's hand today at the tournament.
His eyes narrow.
I get a little peeved at being called a commoner, and clearly I'm more famous than him. How many Twitch subs does he have?
He
I don't narrate this, but I'm pouting.
the man sort of starts as taken aback by your expression. He's clearly not used to being treated with anything other than pure admiration. You can tell your children about this day, the day you met Sir Percy Wigginsthorpe Smythe. Here, have an autograph. This will be worth a lot of money after today. And he
Can I take the autograph?
he comes towards you and he hands down a crudely drawn image. It looks like maybe something a 12-year-old would be capable of putting together. It's not quite 3-year-old territory, but it's still pretty bad. And
It's wonderful.
he signed it with like an extremely ornate Prince Charming-esque signature over the top. He says, "Now don't forget to cheer my name at the tournament. You remember it, don't you?"
Perseus.
Yeah, well, close enough. Yes. I'll do. People will know who you mean. And
Can I make sure my camera is just very conspicuously facing away from him?
yes, you maybe use your staff to nudge the camera away, but it seems to snap back as if your patron is entertained by this fellow for some reason. Anyway, so yes, Percy Wigginsthorpe Smythe is he accelerates past you. He jumps back on his horse or however he was getting around and heads off in the direction of the fair. And before long, you're going to follow him. But as he gallops off, you notice that a small purse falls out of his pocket onto the ground.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, you grab it.
Yep.
Would you like to have a look inside?
I'd absolutely love to have a look inside.
Okay, inside of the pouch is a type of herb. Would you make a nature check for me?
Yep. It was an 11.
Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, so You recognise this herb, Xander, as horseweed. It's called, and because of your background in magical brews, you recognise that horseweed is used to produce kind of relax. It's a relaxant, so used to make relaxing, soothing herbal teas.
Lovely. I'll brew this later.
Yeah, it has other recreational uses, but they're by the by for now.
What do you have there?
Nothing. Just some horseweed. I use it for tea. I promise. Nothing else.
Insight check. No. May I?
You're more than welcome to.
Bam. 11.
Do you want to roll perception?
I need to oppose it, don't I?
Yeah, roll persuasion against that.
Well, that's a nat 1. So
Ooh.
That ain't gonna do it.
Nope, not today.
Yeah, you suspect there's something rather more exciting, at least from Zana's perspective, in that bag.
Come on, tell me. It'd be content.
I just use it for my teas.
What does it do?
It makes you feel real relaxed.
Ooh.
Yep. You should buy some from your local back alley sometime.
My back alley's busy.
No, man.
Oh my god.
Well, with on that bombshell, I suppose we should make our way to the fair. So you head out. Like I say, it's not too far, but between the events that transpired, Percy was long gone. He's clearly made his way all the way there.
Oh.
So you arrive to the fair. It is exactly as you would imagine. There is some stalls, some kind of games, whatever they're called, parlor game type situations that are giving away tickets, and there's a little prize booth. There's a stand that's selling poly smoothie potions, which change your appearance very briefly in exchange, and that you can buy those for tokens, tickets that you can win in the parlor games. There's people milling around, having fun, enjoying the festivities. Sitting about diametrically opposite you as you walk into the store, there's a raised dais plinth,
Yeah.
where two people are sitting. One is there are kind of two thrones. There's one absolutely enormous throne, which is well decorated, and sitting atop that throne is a man who you know to be Lord, and I forget his name again. Terrible. Lord Murbach. And Murbach, that's the one. Lord Murbach, yes.
Orc names are hard.
And
True.
and sitting just to his left on a smaller but still, fairly large throne is somebody who you can only assume to be his daughter, the orcish Lady Elfie, which is possibly the least appropriate name for an orc that you can imagine, but this is prototype, so you're going to deal with it.
I like Elfie. How dare you?
We stand Elfie.
We stand Elfie.
We do stand.
Yes. And you recognise, based on the chitter-chatter that you can hear, and from what Percy said, you put the pieces together and you realise that the main fixture of this fair is a tournament, and the tournament is has a victor, and the victor will win the opportunity to take Elfie's hand in marriage. Now, as you can imagine, Elfie is not overly thrilled with the prospect in general. She is making a show of being rather unimpressed. But you see occasionally she makes eyes at one particularly mysterious challenger who is rather famous. One of you, and you can take your pick who, could make a history check.
I'm just going to continue trying to find, not do the history check, and just try to find Percy in the crowd.
I can roll history.
Oh,
Oh, would you like to? I've rolled a bit.
just Well, I don't have a good history bonus, but let's go. Nope, that's a 9.
Okay, you are going to learn absolutely nothing, or in fact, you can remember absolutely nothing about this particular challenger. Don't worry, there'll be opportunities to find out later on, I promise. Foreshadowing!
So what actually is the tournament then?
Yes, so the tournament, yes, because directly in front of this plinth is a very long and wide track, which you recognise as a jousting track. So it's a jousting tournament open to knights, but the three of you are far too late to take part in this tournament. The tournament has already begun, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. But you arrive at what appears to be the semi-finals of this tournament. So there's only maybe 2 rounds left, 2 heats and then the final. And the first round of jousting, which is actually taking part as you arrive, and you kind of casually walk up to it to take a look, is between this infamous, except for kids' understanding at least, mysterious knight dressed all in dark plate mail, and sitting atop an enormous horse, really enormous horse. And facing down the knight in black armor is a slightly smaller but still beefy-looking elven fighter, and as you arrive at the jousting track, the horses and their riders gather tremendous speed as they approach each other, and as they collide, there is an enormous impact with a cloud of splinters and an almost kind of explosive dust cloud from where the competitors met each other in the center of the track. And as the dust settles, you see that the elf fighter is on his back, completely and utterly obliterated by the Black Knight, who simply gallops away unimpeded. So the Black Knight, as you all now know them, is victorious and does a kind of celebratory lap of honor, and Misha, the elven fighter, is simply knocked out, walks away, or limps away, shall we say, dejected.
As a fellow celebrity, do I notice the Black Knight being particularly showing off, or are they just doing it out of an degree of honor?
What? Roll an investigation check for me again, please, Reylynn.
That is a 11.
Okay. Yes. What you do notice with an 11 is that as part of their celebration, they do a sort of a bow towards Elfie up on the dais, and Elfie looks actually rather excited that the Black Knight has won this bout.
Need to see if I can get him to sponsor.
It's all about the content. It's all about the content.
All about the content.
You're finally getting to understand.
And right, secondly, sorry, this is quite a lot of exposition, but it sets up the rest of what's going on. You see the second round is about to start. So the Black Knight was victorious in the first, and in the second of the semi-finals, you see a familiar face. You see Sir Percy Wigginsthorpe Smythe standing proud at one end of the track, on back of his horse, and at the other end is a stout dwarven knight, kind of almost a perfect rectangle in their armor, astride this similarly stout horse, and they start to build speed. But you notice, I tell you what, if all three of you could give me a perception check, we'll see how.
Go Percy! I got an 11.
That's a nat 1 -1, so 0. I'm pointedly ignoring him, trying to find a ding for his flyer. for the.
I got
What was that?
Good.
Sorry, Artemis?
I'm trying to find a bin for the signature he gave us.
No, I want to keep that.
I got a 14.
A 14. Okay.
14 and 11.
Okay, yeah, that's good enough. So, what you see is that the dwarf's horse, the dwarf's relatively stout horse, it struggles to gain speed. And in fact, after a point, it starts slowing down again. And before, within only a couple of seconds, it collapses into the dirt. And the dwarf jumps off his horse, as there isn't really much of an option, and kind of kneels down beside it to try and figure out what's wrong. And the dwarf sort of shouts out, "He's fallen asleep!"
Can I roll animal handling
Please do.
to see if I recognize what's happened
Yes.
or something like that? That is a 16.
16. Okay.
It seems a very strange thing for a horse to do, to just fall asleep.
I quite agree. And so
does a dwarf.
you certainly recognise that spontaneous falling asleep is not classic horse behaviour. Could you roll a nature check for me as well?
Oop, whoopsie. Yes, I've gotten a 15.
Okay.
Oh no, sorry, a 17.
Oop.
Very
Okay.
good. Right. Yes. So, what you recall from your previous studies, maybe at the Adventuring Academy, maybe it wasn't quite your studies, but maybe fun evenings, let's say, extracurricular, is that horseweed is a rather good relaxant for people, but it is exceptionally good relaxant for horses.
Ooh, drama.
Ah.
It's horse tranquilizers. Is that what I'm thinking?
I couldn't possibly comment.
Okay.
So that is what you are able to discern at this stage, and there are some adjudicators on the far side of the track, and they sort of chatting to each other and saying, rah, 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 and all of this, and eventually they return and they say, by default, the victor is Sir Percy Wigginsthorpe, and he's sort of bowing and doing all of this and that. You hear some crowd noises, but nobody's clapping. You look around, nobody's clapping. He's clearly just sort of conjured this this applause out of thin air. So,
It's just me then. Who's clapping?
Just a single low clap, which I think is worse. Just
I
have
think it's a bit sad.
single
Yeah.
clap.
Yeah,
Woo!
and he looks around and says, "See, you all rule the day. You took on Sir Percy Wigginsthorpe's side." And he retires. He leaves the track with the world's greatest, smuggest smile.
Can I ask around and see if he's done this for any other of the rounds?
Yes, you can. I don't know what you would roll for that. Let's just go with charisma.
Sure. I'll give you a charisma check. That would be a 12.
Okay. You speak to a few people. You get the impression that actually there were 7 tournament entries, and Sir Percy managed to score himself a bye in the first round. So
Well, and was this is this the only round he's participated in then?
it is.
Does my stream have a chat?
You can talk to it, and you can see what happens in reverse.
Can I ask my chat if any of them know about Sir Percy? Oh wait, hold on. Sir Percy Wigginsthorpe Smythe.
You get every different answer.
Let me just roll a quick d6.
Chat is never wrong. It's also never right.
He can't go up impassable terrain.
That's extremely true. So your patron has cast via the camera the spell Minor Illusion, What was the question again? Sorry, I've forgotten.
If my chat knows anything about Sir Percy Wigginsthorpe Smythe.
What gets conjured is a series of three-dimensional rotating floating poop emojis.
So he's a shitbag.
Great.
Or your chatters.
How dare you?
Twitch chat is, of course, incredibly reliable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so that is what you have gleaned so far, at least. So you, a very brief recap is that the Elfie is particularly uninterested and a little bit annoyed about the tournament, except when the Black Knight wins, in which case she becomes very excited. The Black Knight is extremely capable, and the fair is essentially open to you now. So
Okay.
you can have a look around, you can take a look at the stalls, you can talk to people, you can maybe try to learn some goings on, maybe find out where Percy is holed up. Any of this is
Yeah.
entirely, the fair is your oyster.
Is there a Splat the Rat?
There isn't a Splat the Rat, but there is a test of strength. There is one of those things where you can have a go at archery. There's a goblin toss. There's a tomato chucking.
Goblin
There's a fortune teller. And there's a mechanical bull.
Well, you can go over and see the goblin toss.
I want to see the goblin toss.
Okay,
Goblin toss.
you wander over to goblin toss.
Missy skips over.
Can't you float?
I'm skipping in the air.
Yeah, you can skip in the air.
And the goblin introduces himself. He says, "Hello, I'm Yeet the Goblin, and I've got this new game. It's going to take over the world. It's called Goblin Toss. And essentially, all you have to do is throw me, Yeet the Goblin, as far as you can. And whoever throws me the furthest is the winner."
What do we win?
You win some tickets.
You win him.
Ooh.
You win him. You take him
I win,
home.
I win the board game Flying Goblin.
Can we keep him?
No,
I
you
want to go.
can't.
I want to go.
Okie dokie. So, what I'm going to need you to do is make an athletics check.
Oh, my best skill, definitely. I'm playing this up for the camera quite a lot. Like, oh my god, guys, you never guess what I'm about to do. Roll. That's 5.
5, okay. And add your strength modifier.
The strength modifier is -1.
Right. So,
No, the 5 is the total.
5 is the total. Okay. So, Yeet the Goblin travels exactly 5 feet in front of you. Now, Yeet the Goblin is not particularly large,
To be fair.
but neither are you. And this is precisely the problem, because you are floating in the air. So,
Yay!
as soon as you throw Yeet the Goblin 5 feet, you realise that you have effectively thrown yourself back an additional 5 feet. So, Yeet the Goblin unfortunately only reached 5 feet, and Yeet the Goblin just giggles at you and says, "Oh, that was very amusing. Not particularly good, though, I'm afraid. I don't think that's going to cut the mustard."
Oh well, it was good fun. I'm sure it was good content.
Oh, it was
Uh,
excellent content.
I'll step up and have a go.
Okay.
Pick up Yeet.
Yeah, you
That's
grab
it.
Yeet off the ground, just slightly. You take one large step forwards and pick him up from the room. You make your way back to the starting line and make an athletics check for me.
Come on. Oh yeah, okay. That's a 24.
Ooh.
That will do it. So you throw 24 feet. Wow, excellent job. Yeet the Goblin flies through the air with a and he lands like nose first in the ground, like an arrow has been shot directly into it.
Yeah.
Like a javelin, and he seems absolutely ecstatic with your performance, and he says, "Oh, that was phenomenal! That's the best one I've had all day." And he heads back over to his little stall, and he goes into the back, and he hands you 3 tickets,
Okay.
which you now
Thank you.
have.
Amazing.
I don't think I'm going to be able to match that. I've never been to the
Gym.
gym. You clearly have.
I'm playing up Kit's achievement a lot onto my camera.
Yeah, you hear a similar variety of that applause that you heard when Percy was competing, except this one sounds a bit more genuine. So well done. You've successfully tossed the goblin.
Yeah.
So what else would you like to do? There are plenty of other attractions. You could maybe talk to some people about what you've seen so far.
Could I look? Oh, go on.
I was going to go find the stables.
Mm-hmm.
Might
Reylynn,
be-
what did you say,
I
sorry?
might be doing that soon.
Okay, I was going to say, could I look for different food stalls and such to sort of play up to the camera and have my taste and have an over-exaggerated reaction to?
I'll tell you what. Because we're actually running slightly ahead of schedule, I think what we'll do is we'll do both of those things. Now, you're welcome to split up, or you're welcome to walk to those places together. It's entirely up to you.
We'll do it together. We'll do Raylynn's thing first.
Okay. Yeah. So you take a look around the stands. As I mentioned before, there is the Poly Smoothie Potion stall, which for only 10 tickets will provide you with a potion that will temporarily turn you into whoever you want to be. Unfortunately, you can't afford one of those just yet. But, with enough tickets, that's definitely on the cards. You could have some budgie on a stick, if that's more your fancy.
Is there anything which looks particularly colourful or outlandish?
Yes, there is. There's a confectionery stall at the far end of the food court, if you like, and it has kind of beautiful rainbow pastel colours as its kind of theme, colourful and white stripes, and they're selling what they call unicorn droppings. What they actually are is, one for the philosophers, but.
Oh my god, guys, you won't believe what I found. I found this wonderful confection. Look at all the pretty colours. And I go over and say, "Hi, how much are all of these?"
And the burly-looking chap behind the stall says, "Oh, why, that's that one there's 2 tickets."
Have I seen anything which is advertising like gold to tickets?
You can't buy tickets.
Only earn them.
Yes.
Oh.
You can pay. I mean, Goblin Toss is the only one of the attractions that's free, and you get the feeling that Yeet is doing it for the love of the game. All the other attractions are generally paid for. You suspect that he has an arrangement with the people who run the stand to buy the tickets and then give them out to other people, and that's how the rest of these stalls are operating as well. So you can't personally buy tickets directly. You have to take part in the activities in order to get them. You could also, ask Xander very nicely, or Kid very nicely, excuse me.
Do they have any coffee beans at the confectionery stall?
There is a coffee shop, like an outdoor kind of coffee hut.
Oh, okay. There's a different one. Not the Daily Grind.
It's not another branch of the daily grind, no. This is the weekly grind. Yeah, their beans are normally off by Friday. It's really best to get in there on Sunday.
I turn to Kid and I go, "Kid,
Yeah.
Do you remember the time I paid for the takeaway you got once?
3 years ago, yeah.
Think you could pay that back with some tickets? For little
Sure.
old me?
Yeah, okay. Just try not to get me in frame too much. Okay, here are 2 tickets.
That's okay. No worries. I respect your privacy.
For the benefit of the tape, there's like a black bar
Yeah.
over kids.
Like
Like,
100 cents a bar.
you're welcome to make a deception check if you want to. Okay. Okay. So kid's given you a couple of tickets. You're welcome
so-
to.
Yeah.
So did you say it was 1 ticket or 2 tickets for 1 suite?
That's right. Yes, it's quite large. It's not like you're buying a
right,
short or something. It's roughly the size of a fist.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, that's really big for me as well.
Yeah, I suppose it
Yeah,
is.
that sounds like a head.
The suite is as big as a fist.
Yeah, it's called. This is going slightly out of game here. There is actually you can buy these from old-fashioned sweet shops that still exist. That when they make the like rolled sweets, the bit at the end that they make them out of is called unicorn droppings.
Yeah.
oh.
Can I have a chunk, Missy?
Is there anyone which looks particularly colourful?
There's one that is a perfect rainbow. There's one that is kind of white and then
Nope,
pink
nope,
and then
that
blue.
one. Nope.
Yes.
Oh shit, that's... I'm rolling for it. I'll take the rainbow, please.
Rightio, yes, 2 tickets, please. Yep, thank you.
I hand over 2 tickets.
Right.
I pick it up and I hold it up to the camera. I'm like getting it in shot in different parts of the light and chatting nothing at the camera.
Now, your gentleman friend here, he said he would like a piece. Now, do you want me to break it into 2 parts for you, or are you just gonna?
Yes,
keep it on
please.
sheet? Okay. So just place it here, and he
Okay.
intimates you to place it back on the desk.
Yeah, I place it and I get a close up with my camera.
Okay, and make a dexterity check.
That is a 16. No, 16. No. A 14.
14. Okay, that's just good enough, thankfully, for your fingers. Because you retract your fingers relatively sharpish because very, very quickly, as if it would no weight at all behind it, but there clearly is. The confectioner draws from behind him an enormous hammer, larger than you, Missy, and brings it forward over his head, directly on top of this so-called unicorn dropping, and it breaks into 2 perfect pieces. You have to wonder how many times he's done this before.
I am awestruck.
Yeah.
If it's that hard, how is this eat it?
Well, it's boiled sweets, isn't it? You kind of suck on it over time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's a fair, isn't it? You eat the weirdest stuff at fairs. I mean, anyone for a budgie on a stick?
No, thank you.
You really push this
I-
budgie on the sticks.
I think I'm gonna. I take it and I'm just to camera sort of stuff.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, there's clearly some skilled labourers around here. It's like walking through, an Eastern food stalls. These, people who've been doing exactly the same thing, like around the country for generations. They are extremely skilled and capable, and well worth 2 tickets, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm super pleased.
Okay, would you like to head in the general direction of the stables?
Yes, I've
Yeah, I think
cocked
Sure.
around.
Let's go to the stables.
Go to the
Okay.
plot.
You head down to the stables, and in the stables there are 4 horses. One that's taking up roughly half of the stables, and you recognise that as the Black Knight's horse. And the stout dwarf's horse, which is still perfectly asleep. Percy's extremely boring horse, which the saddle of which is also kind of dolled up with these fake jewels, and the horse of the elf, which looks a bit worse for wear, but is maybe having a bit of a relax.
Right. Just gonna kind of tour around. Can I quickly just have a quick just look around, see if I can see anyone else at the stable?
Yeah. So there's nobody around. Oh, actually, make a perception check for me.
Can I assist? I've been looking around as well. I want to keep an eye out for Percy.
Yeah. So either you can both roll, or Alex, you can roll with advantage. So.
So,
Shall I just roll with advantage? Or...
Yes, please do.
no.
That'd be a 13 total.
Okay. You do not see anyone in the immediate vicinity, but on your look around, you notice that there are some tents just a short way away, and at least one of the tents has got some guards outside it.
could I, knowing these two are going in, could I head my way back out and start to do some sort of performance to attract attention away?
Yeah. If you want to head back towards the main bulk of the fair, you can head out and maybe do some selfies and.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yep. So you head out. Couple of make a performance check for me, and we'll see how effectively you are able to keep other people at bay.
That's a 23.
That's an effective selfie.
That is an effective selfie, isn't it? Yeah. So
Meet and greet.
before
True,
you as soon as you walk back out into the main throng of the fair, you hear a voice, an announcement come from nowhere in particular, but you recognise it as actually coming from your camera. And it said, roll up, come and meet the very great Missy, once in a lifetime opportunity. Relatively cheap autographs. And within maybe 2 or 3 minutes, there is a queue of 20 people who are just aching to come and see you, even if they hadn't heard of you before. You know how these things go. I'm sure it's not your first rodeo.
Yep, I'm just very much playing it to get as much attention as I possibly can.
Okay, so you do absolutely that, and Kid and Xander, what are you up to doing?
Is there like I don't know, like a tack room or like a place where the horses get like horses' food is kept or anything like that?
There isn't a food store, but there is a row of troughs, one for each horse.
Have a look at the Black Knight's horse. Better be some nice stuff in there.
In the horse?
In the horse trough.
Oh, I see.
Very close look.
Yes, you can tell this horse is very well fed. It's got some pellets. You don't recognise precisely the make. You're not a vet, but you recognise this horse is well looked after.
Hey,
Am I able to taste one of the pellets?
Yes. Make a constitution save.
That one. That's you're not gonna go brilliantly.
Yeah, you're going to take 1 damage just because it went down the wrong way. But
sound
Disgusting.
besides that,
Why-
it's very nice.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it tastes like strawberries. Luckily, you're not allergic to strawberries. Within that one, I could have made you allergic to strawberries.
And then
it'd be
the
justified.
Strawberry to death.
total strawberry horse food.
Yes.
Ugh.
So
Not pleasant way to go.
the Black Knight's horse is all well and good, but as you're investigating the Black Knight's horse, from one of the tents, kind of a little ways away, the tent itself that this figure emerges from is about half the height of the other tents. And out pops the stout dwarf, and he trundles over to you with a look of utter apoplectic rage on his face. He is not a happy bunny. And he says to you, "Did you see it? Did you see what happened to my decoder?"
It fell over.
Oh, bloody right that fell over, and you know why, don't you? You know as well as I do.
Enlighten us.
Well, it was bloody drugged, wasn't it?
Oh.
Look, he kicks the
Who
horse.
would do
That
such
horse
a
is
thing?
out for the count. He is not
kicked the
coming back
horse?
for a couple of days. He is absolutely out of it. And the horse is like clearly having a brilliant dream.
Chasing a
God.
horse.
Entirely unimpressed and just perfectly content to have a snooze. And he said, "You must have some idea who's done this. I know who it was.
Well, who was it then?
Well, it was that bloody Percy bloke, isn't it? He couldn't hiss a fly, let alone me. I couldn't take on me. I could easily one Elfie's hand if I had been hampered with." And he is, he is bright red at this point.
Why
And
would Percy need to cheat? He seems like such a good gentleman.
No, he didn't. I stare at Xander. Seriously.
yeah, and just as the dwarf's eyes are kind of bugging out of his head, he leans. The dwarf leans down as if to grab a fistful of this this horse feed that his horse was being fed with, and throw it at you. And he does exactly that. He pulls it up and says, "Here, smell this," and he thrusts it in your face.
I'm gonna give it a sniff and then give it a quick bite.
No, don't.
Make a
I'm
nature
gonna
check.
try and stop him eating it.
All right.
It's like a dog where it's got some plastic in its
You've
mouth.
sniffed it first, so make a nature check for sniffing it.
Okay. 19.
Yeah.
Total.
You recognise this smell all too well, Xander. I think you have smelled this smell more times than you are willing to admit. It is the telltale scent of horseweed.
Yes, the horse tranquilizer, but it's apparently
With
taken-
recreational uses, yes.
Yeah.
And,
recreational uses as well, to be fair.
And you should probably make a contested dexterity save to see whether or not you're actually going to get a chunk of this.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, I don't. Oh, do I even do? I was like, maybe it's not the best time to ingest this.
You bit it, you can always spit it out. You don't have to swallow it.
That's
I've
true.
already bit it. I'm gonna spit it out and go. Oh, that's maybe not the best time.
Yeah, because there's probably enough in there to make a horse go to sleep. You're not a horse.
Well, that's the thing.
I am! Balls off
I'm a
mask.
centaur.
Wow.
No.
I'm just going to pick up some of the feed and just start pocketing some of it.
Okay.
Come in useful later.
All right. You
I'm not gonna waste that.
You
That's shit expensive.
you start to pocket the stuff, but
We're all kind of copies of this.
a couple of people are wandering over from the nicest of the tents, which is sort of blue and white striped, and they have a sort of surly look on their face, and they're a bit shifty, let's say, and they are identical because we only have one piece of artwork, and they lean into you and say, "Look here. You know as well as I do you shouldn't be mucking around here. Sling your hook.
Sling out what?
Sling your hook. Leave.
What?
Get out. Go away."
Oh, okay, right.
Be
I get you,
gone.
I get you. Sure. Just let me. I'm just gonna grab a bit more.
But they confer, the two goons. They confer with each other, and the one who
Like-
didn't just talk to you seems slightly put out, and they turn to you again and say, and the other one speaks this time. He says, "Well, actually, I don't think you are going to be heading out. I think you know too much already."
What do I know?
You know what you know, and we know what you know. And if anyone else knows what you and we know, then there's gonna be hell to pay. So you stay right where you are. And he draws his short sword on you. Please roll for initiative.
Oh,
Ah.
no.
Okay.
They didn't even tell me what I know.
Hey,
I
not
don't
20.
know what I know.
21 for initiative.
I rolled
Okay.
a 9 total.
And I forgot that the way this game works is that I also have to roll.
Missy isn't
And-
here, which is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So we have Kid, then we
Xander.
have Xander,
Named
Goon
Goon
one.
1, Goon 2.
and Goon
I
2.
need to get some of the Black Knight's horse food. More of it. Well, no, I already ate some of that, and that did knock me out, so
Yeah, so we know.
That's probably not drugged yet.
20
Yeah,
for
well-
Kid.
Say that again?
Kid rolled 20.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just
Yeah.
getting the model. That's health points.
21 total.
I'm sorry, Reylynn, I can't check your DM because the stream will go peculiar.
Okay.
You can message Jack though.
Yes, if you DM me, I can check it.
So, Kid, it is your opportunity to make the first move. You have been drawn
Okay.
on.
Okay. These are two hostile creatures within 5 feet, so I can use fighting words, I think.
I believe you can.
Okay.
Would you please explain for the benefit of the people at home what fighting words is?
Okay, so fighting words, when I'm within 5 feet of at least 2 hostile creatures, I can use my attack action to attempt to knock each of them prone with contested checks. And I assume I just say some angry things at them. But I'll just say, we
Yes,
have every right to be here.
you
you're
you
in our
loom
way.
over them with your placard in hand, your trusty placard, and they look up to you, and we'll see if that neck breaking experience of looking up to you, because you are quite tall, is enough to put them on their asses. If you could make a check, whatever it is, you know better than I do.
The first one is a 13, and they need to make either athletics or acrobatics against that.
Okay, well, it was a nat 20 on this side, so I'm afraid one of them is staying upright.
Yeah, they are. And then the other one, oh Jesus, is a 12.
12 and a 7 here plus 2. So, yeah.
You bop the smaller one on the head.
Yes, the smaller of the two and the slightly angrier of the two, by the sounds of it, is successfully bopped and falls prone, falls onto their back in front of you.
Okay, and then I think, move a bit. Well, I need to be within 5 feet of. Okay, I'll sort of start moving towards the exit, but not go that far. Just waiting for Xander.
Okay, yeah, you move, let's say 5 feet back. Yeah, for the benefit of the tape, there will be combat maps in the book. We haven't produced those yet, so we're doing Theatre of the Mind combat for now. Xander.
Yes. I'm just gonna get out the espresso that I made myself this morning,
Mhm.
and cast a spell with it.
Very
Usually
good.
That's how I cast my spells. I'm gonna cast sleep.
Oh, nice.
Very
Ooh.
very gently. Caffeine known for its
But sleeping qualities.
it's
It's a decaf one.
Yes.
It's anti-calf.
It's horseweed decaf.
Oh
Alright.
yeah, you can put some of the.
No, it's I'm also gonna put some of that not ketamine in it. To make
It's
it work
specifically not
It's
ketamine.
better.
horseweed.
Exactly, horseweed. Even.
Okay, roll your 5d8.
Yep. Oh god, it's 5d8. Let's roll them 2 at a time since I only have. Oh, I have 3d8s on me. I'll use roll 3 at a time. Right. So that's 10 plus. Right, 4. 14. That's not a. 5d8. That's pretty poor.
That's really bad.
14 is barely enough So knock one of these goons to sleep.
Well-
Would you like to? I'll give you the pick. Would you like the one that is standing up and a bit less aggressive, or the one that is square on their bum and still raging at you?
Probably the one that's standing up, you know?
Mhm.
And then I'm just going to step back and go, damn, normally that goes up a bit better.
Okay,
I've never had to use it before.
goon one is asleep.
Oh.
Well done. That has worked. But as you might imagine from your assault, Goon 2 is even angrier at you. And he says, "You know as well as I do what you know." And
What do I know?
you know what you know. And
Oh.
he clambers up to his feet. A better DM than me would know whether or not that grants you an attack opportunity, Kid. But
I moved away, so I assume not.
yeah,
Do
it
we-
wouldn't for you, but Kid is still within 5
Oh, is
feet.
Kid still
Oh no,
fighting?
Kid, you
think
moved
it's-
away. Didn't
Yeah, I think it would be a. Yeah, no, I don't think I get one.
you? Okay, no worries. So he clambers to his feet, pulls out his picks up his short sword up off the ground where it landed, and makes an attack on Kid.
Oh, okay, cool.
That is a 17 plus 1 is an 18. Does that hit?
Yep.
Okay. So we get a d6. You are going to take 5 piercing damage.
All right.
So it gets a good hit off on you. And fortunately for you, at this moment, you see trundling, or should I say, floating towards you, is Missy, who has
Hey.
recovered
Yeah.
from their onslaught of fans, or newly turned fans, shall we say, and
New
is
subs.
and is you're still 30 feet away, Missy. So you will take your turn now, but I assume you're going to spend most of it moving in.
So yeah, like, oh my god, guys, what did you do? And I sort of read the room, and I like to run over, and looking at the guy who's now going like, what? I assume something like, "What do you know?" or some shit.
Someone else knows what you know.
So are we running, or are we beating him up?
See, I'm partial for running, but then again, I feel like not both of you might not want to run.
What did the dwarf do? Sorry.
The dwarf did
Yeah.
absolutely nothing. He is weeping over his horse. He is constantly just shaking it, trying to wake it out of the sort of trance-like state it's ended up in. I'm not sure he's even noticed there's any goons around.
Okay,
He himself is in a trance-like state, trying to get his horse out of a trance-like state.
Well, let's add on more trance-like states. I'd like to use Eldritch Giggle.
Ooh.
What is Eldritch Giggle?
So within 60 feet, the creature needs to make a Wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
And if they fail, their movement is reduced to 0 feet
For a period.
until for their next round.
Okay, so I am going to take a wild stab in the dark that you are going to target the one that is still awake.
Yep.
And that is a 12.
That fails.
That fails against your DC. Okay.
Just-
Yes. So the camera in front of you, very briefly, turns towards this goon and lets out a tiny high-pitched giggle, like and that alone, is enough to set off the goon, and his face turns from this sort of angry determination, and the corners of his mouth turn up and twitch, and before long he is rolling around back on the ground again. and he is not going anywhere for the time being.
Okay. I turn to my accomplices. I put my hands on my hips. Say, well, what have you two been up to then? Without pretty old me? I need to know for content.
This.
Nothing. Totally haven't been investigating this drugged horse food which is look Missy.
Xander's been eating horse food.
Because
So
There's some not entirely savoury materials around here. Please turn off your stream. I don't want
it's time to service.
The camera is zooming in closer. Can I turn off my stream?
No, you can't.
Oh god damn it. Turn the camera away.
we're still in
Always
initiative.
watching.
Oh, yeah, I'm still in
I mean, somebody is asleep and somebody is giggling their legs off in a semi-literal sense. So,
can we just pick up the person who's asleep and put them in one of the horse troughs?
Be careful
Yeah.
in which horse trough you put him in, 'cause you might accidentally kill him from an overdose.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let you make a sleight of hand check to maneuver him into a reasonable position. It is it's Kid's turn now, but you can do it together if you want because your turns are adjacent.
Well, if it's a sleight of hand, it.
Well, why don't we? Oh, we could tie up the one who isn't.
Yeah, we can do that and put him in the horse trough.
Okay.
Obsessed
Okay.
with this horse trough.
The horses will eat anything, you know.
Horses.
Jesus.
Okay. Well, Kid's gonna prioritize trying to tie up the one who isn't knocked out
Okay,
sleeping.
I'll
I don't know
say-
if I need to do a check.
make a contested dexterity save against him. He's going to roll with disadvantage for obvious
Okay.
reasons. Okay. It's a 5 plus 1
Oh
is
my
6.
God. Thank goodness. That's only a 7 from me.
Oh, okay. You just barely, and it takes you a hot second, manage to wrap your rope that's in your adventurer's kit around his torso and arms, so he's unable to, redraw his dagger, and then also eventually around his legs, so he cannot stand back up. You have successfully neutered the threat that was immediate.
Right. But we're not putting him in the horse trough anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Why?
If there's
I appreciate the desire for content, but that seems a little mean.
That's a good point. Although he was very rude, and I still don't know what I know.
is the one that's still awake, I'll ask. I assume you work for Sir Percy, whatever his name is.
Wicked Fort Smythe.
I know it, I just don't. I'm trying to show disdain.
Yeah, that's the
Percy.
boss. What of it?
Don't think the fair organisers will be super impressed that you just drew weapons on some fairgoers.
Well, I don't think that the fair management would be too impressed that you attacked us outside of Percy's tent and then dragged us over to the horse enclosure.
Well,
Your word
someone-
against ours, and Percy Wiggins thought mine is very important.
Someone might have video evidence.
Oh.
Go on, then replay the tape. How'd you manage that then?
Twitzka. I call. Can I try and ask my patron for help? To see if I can have them maybe help me with an illusory.
I have
That's the word.
rolled the dice, and the glow around the camera gets brighter and brighter for a second until it's almost too bright to look at, but not quite. And a enormous, wide splash of acid comes out of it and lands on you. If you could make a dexterity save for me.
Ah, Missy! What the hell?
Okay. That's a 17.
Okay, you definitely dodged this. I think you may have seen this sort of thing before. Splitscare is not always receptive to your requests for help, especially when he thinks, or when it thinks it's going to be more interesting otherwise.
God. Okay, fine. Look.
And okay, if I don't get help from my patron, I'll cast minor illusion.
Okay,
See if that works.
what illusion would you like to cast?
Actually, no.
I mean, he's not going anywhere. We can leave initiative order now.
Okay. You go on, do your thing.
Judging by the crowd's response to Percy, I feel like you underestimate or overestimate his confidence and wealth. What's he paying
No,
you
he's
in?
absolutely loaded. He told us.
Told you.
Yes. What is he paying you in?
Exposure.
Well,
That's
Well,
not-
he hasn't made any direct payments per se, but
Did he give you? Did he give you those diamonds that he likes to wear?
well, no, we couldn't touch those. More of my job's worth to go around touching his diamonds.
Right, I'm gonna walk up to Percy's horse and grab one of the diamonds, and then try and crack it under my foot
Make a strength check
to crack a piece of glass.
to retrieve it from the saddle where it
Got
is
to-
Oh, I
affixed.
guess I'd have to
Pull
drop
it
that,
from you versus glue.
Yeah.
Oh, I suppose that's true. Strength check, do you say?
Yeah.
10.
That ain't gonna do it.
Look, kid, give me a little help here, please.
Okay. I'll come over and
It needs to work.
I'll use my hand axe to try and pry it off.
Yeah, that's gonna work. You don't need to roll for that. You're a strong person with a sharp axe.
I'll bring the diamond back in front of this person who's been hired and just smash it in front of his face.
Okay, you smash this piece of sort of pseudo glass or whatever it is.
Costume jewelry.
Costume jewelry. Yeah, and he said, "Well, I mean, that's just for decorating the horse. That doesn't mean anything, does it? Does it?
But have you been paid yet?
Not as such. It's a non-completion situation.
You ain't getting paid. He's not as rich as you think he is. He's a poser. It's very clear from the way he talks and acts. Like Smythe, that's not a real name.
Make a persuasion check.
I didn't base his last name off one of my friend's real last names or anything.
12.
I will contest that. He is unconvinced, but his expression is starting to falter, and he says, "All right. How about this? I'll make you a deal. This has been way more effort than he's paying us for anyway. If he's paying us, and I still think he is, but there you go. You let me out of this stupid bloody rope you've got me in, and I'll hand him my notice, and I'll get him to do the same. He needs the money more than me, and if we're not getting out, we could better off going and setting up our own stall or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could do a Yeet the Goblin kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean we're a bit more sturdy than that little runt, but
The goon.
So, from what I'm gathering from these accusations and this poor jewelry, I could say expose someone.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be wonderful.
Missy, how many people how famous actually are you? Do you just think you are?
But I have a wonderful set of patron. who who donate and support me and give me magic, and I am very red in the face.
Right. I feel like we could maybe expose him to the Black Knight, maybe, or more, or Murdoch,
Yeah.
rather than your patron in brackets S.
Well, so, well, I would only worry, considering Percy had access to certain means of making laughter and cheering when no one likes him. I would worry that he might have other magical capabilities, so I think we might want a bit of a backup plan. I look at the trough.
Can I...
we could drug his horse.
Well, oh,
That's not what I'm thinking.
I want to ask. Well, before we descend into his level, which is very low, I want to ask the dwarf who is not asleep. I want to go over to him and use thaumaturgy to make my eyes flare, and go. You promise to turn in your resignation, and also we need to know if you or any of the other people Percy has working for him have any plans to do something in the final, the jousting final. Tell us.
Okay.
And then
go on.
tremors, because
So, I suspect you're going to make an intimidation.
yeah.
Now, Kid has a special thing when it comes to intimidation, I think.
Fuck yeah. Sorry. It's a nat 20 plus 5 because I get to use my strength, and I also have proficiency. So yeah, 25.
25. Excellent. Okay.
Not unconvinced.
No. What were your demands again? Excuse me.
To resign, and also to tell us if he knew of any plans that Percy had to sort of mess with the jousting final, like in a similar way that he'd done with against the dwarf's horse and stuff like that.
Oh yes, well I'm perfectly happy to hand in my notices. As I've said, I'd much rather go and get a job making those budgies on a stick. Quite frankly, they're blooming delicious. Anyway, I suppose I should have a quick think about it. Well, as you know what you know, and I know what you know. So, there's that.
I know.
You know.
You know what Percy may or may not have been involved in the semi-finals. Let's just say that what little horse weed or whatever it is that whatever he used in the semi-finals, he might have a much bigger store of back in his tent over there. And you realise that you're far enough away that you can see just about what's going on, but those over there are somewhat distracted, having a budgie on a stick or something. And over at the tent, there are two new guards, identical to the two that are in front of you, but they're just candidly gnawing away as they do. And you're not going to immediately be able to get in there, but there's a much bigger pile of weed and
Distract them.
Just a quick, horseweed is illegal? Question mark.
No, it's not illegal. It's not illegal if no one knows about it.
It's very true.
It's for medical use only.
Wait. My dear.
He winks.
Hey, can you do a favour for us?
I'm sure I can.
Goon.
Gunson.
Yes. Could you go and maybe inform those guards in front of good old Percy's tent that you maybe did drug the horse?
Why would I do that?
As a favour,
Oh, I see. So that they don't go and do it later on. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Well,
So
that's a good point.
Percy can go get his comeuppance from the Black Knight.
Well, I suppose I could. Yeah, all right.
I'll give you a coffee for your troubles.
Oh, thank you very much. I could use a pick me up.
I'm gonna give him my espresso shot. It's very good. It's worth $3, don't you know?
Oh, that is very kind of you indeed. Very kind. So are you going to untie him and?
I think we should untie him. Seems
Yeah,
nice chap.
he's
Okay.
promised us that he'll do what we say.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. He drinks the espresso shot and legs it. He is off. He is not going anywhere near the tent. He is heading out into the great unknown. He is
God
off
damn
into the
it.
wilderness. And before you,
Wait,
Yes,
as you make,
Yep.
am I able to attempt to catch him with Eldritch Giggle to get his speed to 0?
Yep.
Okay, he needs to make a wisdom save.
That is a 16.
Oh,
He's off.
I don't know what the
So-
DC is.
14. My spell
14.
save DC.
Oh, rough. Yeah, he doesn't quite cotton on. Maybe he's too far away to hear it by the time you get the incantation out.
Oh, that coffee was expensive.
Oh, but it made him go, didn't it?
Yeah.
He really zipped.
Shit.
Okay, so quick state of affairs. You have one drugged horse in front of you, one very well fed horse for the time being, one that's looking a bit worse for wear, and
Didn't you say there's also a guy knocked out, or is this just
yeah, the other goon is still asleep.
maybe try and wait? We could get that pretend me potion, and maybe convince the Percy that we did drug the horse.
If you could go get that, I can disguise my form
Well, why do we even need the disguise me potion?
because there's 2 guards.
So your disguise, Missy, that you're able to do, is it disguise self you've got, or is it something
Yes,
else?
I'm referring to disguise self. Yes.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So that would certainly do the trick.
There are 2
theory.
guards. I can't cast. Do you have disguise self? Okay.
So we should probably hide his body.
He's gonna wake up in a minute. Kid doesn't know that, but I know that.
Oh wait, is this the one? Oh, this isn't the one we knocked out. It's the one I put to sleep, right?
Yep.
Is this...
Yeah, sleepers. Quite short
okay,
term.
we should have we tied him up?
Ooh, I'll
I
do
can't
that.
stop you tying him up.
Disguise self does not change your physical appearance.
What does it do then?
It gives clothing, armor, weapon, and other belongings on your person look different.
Presumably,
Okay.
you make yourself, including the other things, look different.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure disguise self.
Yeah, it normally changes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
will change everything.
Oh,
including
yeah.
Yourself. So yeah, that would do the trick, in principle. Yeah, the other one's tied up, like he's asleep.
Snoozies.
Right. We should maybe we can try and convince this one to do the same thing, but something tells me they're going to have a very similar personality. Probably not want to. Or we could just, take his clothes and dress up as him, but it probably won't work.
Or disguise self as Percy, tell the guards to get out of the way because, I don't know, he doesn't want them, and then go in, hope he's not. Check if he's in there. Because we could go in and then we just need to dispose of the rest of the druggers.
Missy, how is your Percy Smythe impression?
Well, I'm wonderful at performance.
Oh, excellent. So good. Yeah,
But
I don't know what we're going to do with Sleeping Beauty over here.
I mean,
Before you come to a conclusion on that point, he is still, happily asleep. Seems to have actually needed a nap, to be honest.
Oh, all right.
oh,
You hear a sort of a psst, psst noise coming from behind you, sort of in the direction of the main fair, but sort of from behind some of the stalls rather than the throng itself.
Oh, I think I hear some conspicuous posting.
Oh God, not Pustin.
No. Do you think we should go check it out?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hop over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could be wild snakes.
You make your way over, and behind one of these stalls, maybe it's the confectionery stall on the end of the food court, something like that. There is a
Human.
human woman. She is large, as in capital L large, like big, and looks like to be wearing some kind of underclothes. Not like tracksuit, but like what you would wear underneath, for example, a great big suit of black armor.
Ooh,
Yes,
right.
yes.
And she leans in towards you and says, "I saw you watching the fights. And I saw you over there just now. Do you know who I am?" And she withdraws from behind her back a big black glove. It's me. I'm the Black Knight. It's me.
Oh, it's
Shh,
you.
it's me.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Cool.
It's me. I'm the one who was
We
out
got
there.
You did
Okay.
Nice
great.
Okay.
to meet a fellow celebrity.
Was
And
it
she,
you?
yeah, she looks a bit quizzically. She's like, yeah. So I think you should probably be filled in because it's about halfway through the adventure now. She says. She leans in and says, "So, you know that gorgeous
You
elf
know.
lady on the plinth. You know, Elfie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, me and her have sort of been, ha- having
Together.
yeah, pleasurable experiences
Extramarital relations.
together for some time, and her dad is a bit stuck in his ways. And I thought, well, me being a knight, I thought that I could try and win her hand fair and square as it was, and then maybe he would see the error of his ways, and me and her could be the we that we've always wanted to be. But there's a bit of a thorn, a bit of a spanner in the works of this. I thought it'd be a walk in the park, but there's this goddamn posh dick.
I think we're familiar.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
This was it Percival Pass, whatever. It's not a real name, is it?
How dare you?
She's like, well, I think he's been cheating, and do you think he's been cheating? He must have been cheating, right? He's been cheating.
We
Well,
know he
found
has.
drugs. He's been drugging other horses.
He's been drugging that explains it all. Oh, I thought I smelt something fantasy Dutch. She says, and she's like, okay, well, I have a sneaking suspicion that he's tried to do me in as well, because I can't find my helmet. And I'm damned if I'm going out there without my helmet. Firstly, it protects my absolutely gorgeous face. And secondly, I cannot risk letting the Lord know who I am before I've won this tournament. I have to win fair and square. Otherwise, he'll just throw me out. So I reckon that Percy...
Another helmet.
Well, no, it goes with my armor. People will know something's up. And besides,
Right.
where am I going to find another helmet from a fantasy fair in the arse end of nowhere? No, exactly. So she's like, well, if I would bet a gold to a copper that this Percy chap, he's nicked my helmet and he's hidden it somewhere. He's probably hidden it in his bloody tent. So I don't suppose. I mean, I know I'm asking a lot But I don't suppose, firstly, you could make sure that nobody finds out about who I am until after the tournament. And secondly, could
Don't
you help me
worry.
get my helmet back?
Missy quite literally has a camera.
Oh yeah, that's very convenient. And
Don't worry, we know, we know.
and
You
if
know.
possible, it would be really good if we could make sure that people know about this posh git and what he's been up to.
Yes.
Now, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to cheat myself. I think if I cheat, then I haven't won the tournament fair and square, and the Lord would be perfectly within his right to call the tournament off. But if I can win on my own terms against that slimy son of a gun, I think I might be in, and we can get away. How about that?
Yeah. I think we can help you.
Oh, it's worth a try.
Thank you, adventurers. Thank you so much.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
How much? How important is the helmet's physical attributes to you? If it was say permeable, things could go through it. Would that still be a problem?
Yes, that would be a problem. It would be a problem if my helmet were non-corporeal. She says.
Okay.
You might get hit in the head, and then people would notice.
She says,
Missy.
I get a really good set bonus for having all of the pieces of the same armor set.
Well, we were going to go into his tent anyway to sort of
Oh, why?
get rid of the rest of the huge bag of horseweed he apparently has in there.
Huge bag of... Yeah, she's like, yes, that'll do the trick. That'll show everyone who he is.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like the rough plan is going to be find a way to sneak in, grab the horseweed, get my helmet back, and then I can win the tournament fair and square, and then after that we can discredit Percy as the charlatan that he is. How about that?
Could I check the Black Knight's horse to see if it's been drugged already? Or have
Yeah.
you already done that?
You can pop over. I think you. I think they
I think Xander ate some of it.
Zada did eat
Yeah.
some of it, and it was just totally
Strawberry.
delicious. Strawberries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll roll.
Okay, you can.
Animal handling or nature? Or something?
Medicine.
Take your pick.
1.
That won't do
Oh,
it. You learn nothing.
Look, Black Knight. If we do this for you, is there any opportunities coming up in your kitchen stuff soon?
Ooh, now there's a thought. Well, I do have an entourage. Obviously, we have. There's a couple of us. They've gone off to have fun at the fair, but I haven't got a cook. So
I mean, I do only do coffee, but it is real good coffee. After you drink this coffee, you won't ever want to eat food again.
wow. Well, now there's an idea. I think that is a good thought. Let's.
For my part, how
Yep.
about a collab?
Oh yeah, maybe like a top 10 tips on how to smite down your foes.
Yeah, that's my style of content.
Yes. and I see you're something of an activist.
yes.
She looks to you, kid, and she says, "Well, I had a bit of an adventurous youth myself. I think I could offer you some tips and maybe some contacts to help you fight the good fight, if that's something that might interest you after this."
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Okay, well, in that case, it's settled. You do what you need to do, and I'll keep an eye on my horse.
Yeah, please do. Don't want it getting drugged as well.
Okay. In that case, folks, I think we will take a short break here. I think if we come back at 2, nope, not 2, 4, So we'll take a 20-minute break.
See you tomorrow.
We'll come back at 4 o'clock and for the exciting conclusion of My Fair Lady, and we can sort out this nasty Percival chap and make sure he gets his comeuppance.
Percival.
What did I say?
Percival.
Percival. Yeah, that's what Percy's short for. Anyway, yeah, we'll make sure he gets his comeuppance and that the excellent Black Knight can have the ending that they deserve. Okay.
So to have the Black Knight live happily ever after.
Exactly. With the woman she loves. Okay. See everyone in 20 minutes. I will leave the stream up, but I will. You won't be able to hear us talking, so we will talk to you again in 20 minutes. Thanks, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
20 minutes.
Microphone reappears. Okay, we are back. We are back with part 2, which is an hour long, or Acts 2 if you like.
Sequel.
Yes. It's we're drawing closer to the finals of this tournament now. It's not quite upon us just yet, but there is certainly time to attempt to thwart the evil Percy's plan. And I believe that was what the three of you and the human woman whose name is a Yelena, but tends to go in public by the Black Knight. You're collectively intending to do, and it sounded like before the break you had a fairly good approach in mind. Would you be able to recap that for us?
Transform.
Transform.
And head into the tent.
Do good.
Our current plan was to attempt to disguise self for other means of infiltrating, to enter the tent to do shenanigans and content. And we have recalled that there is a not polyjuice in town.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there are
We need 10
polysmoothie
tickets to get
potions. Yes, they're listed at 10 tickets now. As any of us who's been to a fair knows, there are other ways to get hold of things than tickets if you try very hard, and there are other ways to get tickets if you try very hard. And of course, there is the beaten track of playing your games, getting your tickets, being very
Oh God! Whatever.
tricky, or any other valid strategy, of course, and any strategy other than the polysmoothie potions will also be countenanced. It's up to you.
What other games are there other than Yeet?
Let's have a look around.
Okay.
Again, I know you told us, but I didn't note them specifically down.
Yeah. So you wander up the
Promenade?
Yeah, the promenade, sort of the main drag of this fair. There's a tomato throwing competition, or I guess like a tomato throwing stand. There's an archery mini game. There's goblin toss, which you've had a go at. There's a mechanical bull. There's a test your strength machine. There's a fortune teller, and various of these have the opportunity to get prizes as well as tickets.
Could I go to the mechanical bull
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and just ask her, hey, what's all this? It looks fun.
Right, yes. So you wander up to the gnome that is running this stand, and they greet you with a magnanimous smile and an absolutely enormous cowboy hat. And they
Yay!
say, well, howdy, y'all. My name's Buckaroo Cassidy, and I sure would like to let you have a go on my mechanical bull.
Can I start talking to them in Gnomish? And just to sort of pull the heartstrings a little, endear myself.
Yes, what would you like to say?
like just ask me kind of how does it work? What did you get as a prize? Like that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so she leans into you, and in Gnomish, where she has an entirely different accent, she says that you can get different prizes depending on how long you stay on. The maximum prize is a whopping 8 tickets. There are some prizes, or you can exchange that for some magical items, or you can get lower amounts of tickets depending on how long you're able to stay on the ball.
So, speaking in Gnomish, where I, of course, have a different accent, well, darn too. No, is there like a line?
No. People are put off for some reason. Can't imagine why.
All right, I would like to attempt the mechanical bull.
Okay, it's 2 gold pieces to have a go.
Oof.
I pay 2 gold.
Okay.
Before I get on, though, can I use my fan protection?
Oh, now there's a thought. What's your fan protection going to do?
Well, as an action, I gain +2 to dex saves, among other things.
Very good.
Ooh.
Okay.
And so I'm using the spectral images to be like visual effects.
Ah. Okay.
Making like the light gleam and shimmer.
Yeah, okay. So a sort of a drum roll starts in the background as you clamber onto this mechanical bull. And Bessie leans in and she says, "Now good luck!" And the mechanical bull starts with a jolt. If you could make a dexterity save for me.
Yes. That is a 14.
Good. Yep. You're going to stay on for the time being. You have successfully survived the first of 3 things that you need to do. I'm now rolling on the mechanical bull rodeo table to see what happens next. Bessie is going to bolt around at full speed in circles, trying to shake you off. You're going to need to make a dexterity save again for me, please.
That is a 16 again.
Very good. Yes, you are very much firmly adhered to the top of this thing. And let me roll once more on the mechanical rodeo table. That is a 2. Bessie's going to slam herself to a halt and try to use her momentum against you. So if you could try a Constitution save for me.
It's a little worse. That is a 13.
That is not quite enough. So as this thing, after coming round and round in circles, slams directly to a halt, you sort of fly just slightly over the horns of this mechanical bull and wind up on the floor, but you don't hit the floor, you float, because of course you do. So Cassie, like, well, darn tootin', that's a good attempt. I am willing to give you, she says, 5 tickets.
Oh, good.
Or you can have one of my exotic, off the back of the most recent travelling trader truck, magical items.
So take the tickets.
Well, I might peruse these items, so I'll need things.
All right.
The mystery box.
You have a look through the mystery box, and in there is a wand of lesser knock. If you want to roll a quick Arcana check, I'll take that as how much you're going to learn about all of these.
23.
Okay, I will
Ooh.
tell you everything that you could possibly want to know about these items. So the first is a wand of lesser knock, which is a metal wand that allows you to open any unlocked door.
Nice.
There's the Midas clutch, which turns any gold put into it into gold.
Right.
There is a plushy frog, which is a kind of a soft froggy toy, and when you hold it, it allows you to it allows you to use talk to animals to talk to exclusively amphibious animals. Don't know how many of those there are around. And there's the boomerang, which is a delicious pavlova that always seems to find its way back to you.
I'll have the tickets, please.
Quite right too.
All right, Misty. I'll show you how it's done.
Oh,
Oh.
Damn right.
fighting talk.
I will show you how it's done, Misty. I'm gonna climb up on top of the ball.
Do you have 2 gold?
I do, yes.
Okay.
And
Cassidy
that
happily
ball.
takes it. And
Yeah.
you're going to need to start by making a dex save to try and stay on top.
Whoa. 13.
That is not a great start, is it?
Well, it's it's a better than average start.
That's true, but this is a
A mechanical
high
ball.
ball mechanical ball. No, a 13
well,
for the first thing is a DC 12, so you're all right.
See, this is how it's done.
But it's going to get harder over the next 3.
So I
So
make another deck save.
I will roll the thing. This coming out as a 1, which means you need to make a strength save.
Oh.
As Bessie thrashes from side to side, trying to throw you off.
Okay. Well, this is worse. Oh, 17.
Nice.
Oh yes, no, you are glued on.
See, this is how it's done.
I rolled a 4, which means that Bessie malfunctions and effectively just, starts walking around calmly. So you're all right on number 2. Let's try number 3. That's a 3. She's going to bolt around in circles, trying to shake you off. So make a dex save.
13.
Mm.
Exactly the same as before. Unfortunately, 13 is not going to do it, but you can, if you want to, get 5 tickets or one
I
of
will
the
grab those
magical
5
items.
tickets and go.
Hell yeah.
There you go, Missy. It was about as good as you did. That shit's hard.
I've got my hands on my hips, looking very smug.
You smug. I did it just as well as you.
I got 6 tickets, didn't I?
No.
No, you
You've
got
got
5.
5.
Yeah,
I have an extra ticket.
You have one extra ticket.
I have 1 extra ticket, so I'm there.
you had one extra ticket that a kid earned.
Yes.
Well, kid may have earned it, but it was donated to me.
No, I donated you too.
Damn it.
Yeah, so between you now have 11 tickets.
Right, let's go get that potion.
Okay, wait, before we do that, can we play Goblin Toss again?
Yeah.
No, we have to stop
Well,
until the final.
Ye's ears pick up just at the mere mention of Goblin Toss.
the problem is we currently have the means to make 2 of us look different. Because Missy could look like one of the sort of dwarfs. Because that would be in the size range, right? So you could always look like a bodyguard type person. Someone can look like Percy, but then the other person's just...
But we don't all need to look different. As long as one person is Percy, they can convince the guards that we're part of the entourage.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think everyone needs to be disguised.
Fair enough.
You can if you want. All 3 disguised as Percy.
Yes! Oh, God.
Oh, brilliant.
So should we try and earn 9 more tickets to get 2 of them?
No, you make a good point. We don't need to.
How long is it until the final? About? Can I just ask around?
You got about half an hour.
Oh, yeah, shit. We should probably move on.
Right.
Ye's
but
ears
they
go down.
Oh.
They're probably still about to drug the horse.
Well, but we asked the Black Knight to keep an eye on her horse, so...
That's true.
Yeah, they'd be hard pressed to do that without immediately drawing attention.
Right.
So
Let's get to this tent then, with a polyjuice.
we're
Yeah,
going for Poly Smoothie.
All right,
Go and buy a policeman.
you head over to the Poly Smoothie shop, and they've got one of these menus with 85,000 different flavors on it that's sort of constantly scrolling on a loop. It would take half an hour just to read them all. So you should probably just ask for the flavour of smoothie that you fancy. Who is it that's going to be partaking of the smoothie?
Oh, it's a good point.
Who's good at the talking?
I am, but does
Technically, I am.
Are you
I-
talking kid?
Yeah, I actually am, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Not
you're very
surprisingly, but
charismatic.
yeah,
Well, Well, I'm just a not very charismatic barista, so I guess what flavor do you want?
Oh,
I recommend a grape and elderflower.
Oh.
okay.
Elderflower smoothie.
Sounds like a gin flavoring more than a smoothie flavoring.
It's a cocktail.
Yeah.
Okay, if you recommend it, I suppose.
Famous
Go on
last
with-
words.
I was basically
Yeah.
taken any of these or drank any of it. Just going, it's elderflower.
All right.
Go for the Sambuca flavour one. It's fine.
Right. So yes, you wander up to this store. People don't seem to be paying too much attention to it. I don't know why. Maybe they prefer like plushy frogs over smoothies to temporarily turn you into someone else.
I
Who
prefer,
knows?
I prefer plushy frogs, personally.
Well, that's your opinion.
And it's the correct one, as the right of this.
So you reach the front, and kid, you confidently ask for a grape and elderflower smoothie, and the person behind the stall is it gets out an enormous tome of a book that's under the desk. He says, "Oh yeah, well, I've not waited before, but it is on the list." So yeah, she reaches into this pantry and grabs out a punnet of grapes and what appears to be like a sheaf of flowers, like a bundle of
A bouquet.
like a bouquet of flowers. Puts them into this cauldron type thing and sets a magical whisk on to stir, and it goes faster than you could imagine. And she pours this slightly lumpy, with some sort of sticks coming out of it, beverage into a glass jug and hands it over to you. Well, she says that would be 10 tickets, please.
I hand them over.
And shakes them gratefully and says, "Now, maybe don't go spreading this one around. I'm not sure it's going to be the best I've ever made, but the word of mouth would end me." So.
Okay. To check, do I have to drink the whole thing to get the effect?
If you drink half of it, you'll half turn into Percy.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You need to down it.
And you are a
Cool.
tiefling with an enormous tail, so you probably don't want.
Yeah,
Chug,
and also,
chug.
can I
Will your
ask her
drink,
how long it takes? How long it lasts, rather? Do I know?
It depends on how much you've
Okay.
eaten and how big you are. But normally it
Interesting.
lasts 10 minutes.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I'll chug this unfortunate.
All right, make a
Potion.
con save for me.
Yeah.
Are you going to down it in one?
I'm gonna try. With a 19, I might be able to.
You're going to need to make it with disadvantage then, I'm afraid.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, it's a nat 20 on the second one, so it's a 19
Wow.
total.
Very good. Okay,
Nice.
so yes, you must have practice downing drinks, I guess, at the Adventuring Academy. So you down this utterly foul drink in one,
And don't throw up.
and yeah, you managed to keep it down, and it doesn't take very long before you start to feel a creeping, bubbling sensation under your skin. Copyright TM, definitely not. And yes, there are now in the middle of the fair, within 6 seconds of now, there will be Missy, Xander, and a Percy. I don't know if you want to make that transformation happen out of sight, or if you're content to just have it happen in front of you.
We should probably do it in.
We should probably, we'll head somewhere outside. Stable's a
Right.
good idea, because that's closest to the tent, I think.
Yeah, you just dive into the gap between the tents, so
People might notice.
Yeah, exactly. And it takes maybe 6 seconds, maybe less, and your appearance completely changes. So you are now a Percy, and in your hand is an Eat the Lich sign, which is slightly unusual.
Because Percy has strong pro-lich feelings.
But the rest of your get-up, it does look just like Percy. So you have the sort of armour and all of this.
Like locks.
Yeah.
Oof.
He's so handsome.
Xander.
Swooning over.
Okay.
He may be a bastard, but he's a handsome bastard.
I might cast. So I'm not casting Disguise Self because I will be a very short, identical twin. So,
Well,
the
What are we
dwarf
gonna
wasn't a
do?
goon, wait, what? The dwarf was the dude.
There were two goons. They looked the same, but one was smaller than the other.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
All the goons sort of look exactly the same.
They're just different. They're like Matryoshka dolls.
Yes. Easy portable goons.
Yes.
Magic item, new magic item just dropped.
Matryoshka goon.
Yeah.
Get on the Hannah.
Okay, so is our plan to...
Okay, so
What if he's in the tent already?
Should have thought that for you, Drank.
Well-
we're just gonna have to look. We'll just figure out when it comes to it. If he's in the tent, I'll put him to sleep. Fine.
Okay. So I'll disguise self with a spell slot
Okay.
at level 2. I don't think it means anything. It's just because
Oh,
warlock.
you got.
Yeah, I don't think you can upcast disguise.
Yeah, well, I must.
Yeah, I know warlocks must, but I don't think it does anything special.
It does something special. It makes me feel special. That's what
Yeah,
matters.
that's good. That's
Very
important.
good. Yeah.
I don't know,
You look exactly like any of the other goons, but your skin is like perfect.
Well, yeah.
Flawless,
of
honey.
course.
And there's a camera following you around as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it any way to
Oh,
hide the
no.
camera?
Only morph the camera into a goon.
You could probably hide it with a minor
That's
illusion.
the upcast.
Maybe you could go in because you look like a goon. You're meant to, you'll blend in, right? You could go in and sort of give us a signal either way as to whether he's in there or not, and that will just sort of impact, I guess, how we go forward. Is it worth it?
Okay, I'll stream it to you.
Mm.
No, I'll do a loud cough or something.
A loud cough if he's in there or if he isn't in there.
Either way.
No.
38 coughs if he's not in it. 39 coughs.
I'll give a cough if he is in there.
Okay. Cool.
I'll give a
Sneeze.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's in there.
I'll clear my throat if he's not.
Two very indistinguishable sounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will make my way around to the front and see my two identical twins.
Okay, you do that. Yes, they are there. They're still. They're no longer completely engrossed in the act of eating a delicious budgie on a stick. They are instead just looking around listlessly. They're not particularly good guards. They're more just sort of standing around outside.
I mimic the voice of the guards that we have met and spoke with, and just go, "You alright?"
Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
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 I go to walk in.
Yeah, they couldn't care less. They allow you to walk in. One of them says to the other, "Oh, you see that camera up there? What's that all about?"
Oh, it's just been following me all around all day, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. Documentary, is
Yeah.
it?
Think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right then.
yeah. Alright.
Yeah. One of them says to the other, "Wish I was interested enough for a documentary."
Oh.
Never make it in show business.
Yeah, you make your way in through the tent flap, and the tent itself is unoccupied.
Okay, so first there's nothing here, so I clear my throat.
Okay.
You clear your throat. Make a perception check, Xander and
no.
Kid.
Fucking hell. Come on.
That's Paul.
Oh, that's an 8.
Damn
So, I'll leave it up to you. Do you hear any noise at all? Do you hear a cough? You either hear nothing at all, or you hear a cough instead of a clear throat.
The one thing you don't hear is a clear throat.
Yeah, you're probably far enough away that it would be difficult to make it out. So, unfortunately, your extremely excellent strategy has failed. You don't hear a noise.
So, if
After a while, then I suppose we'll probably go check.
Yeah, I've only got like 5 minutes left on this. We need to get in there.
if I don't hear anything, I'm going to. So, what do I see in this tent?
It looks like a sort of bed chamber situation, like maybe a glamping tent. There's some desks around. There's like not a bed, but like a chaise lounge where someone could relax. There's carpet underfoot, and a nice big chest at the end of the chaise lounge.
Okay. Can I do a perception check to look around for the horseweed and for the helmet?
I would say probably investigation if you're
Investigation makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna try my best to not knock anything.
Yeah.
So I don't want to set up a trap or something similar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, investigation. Nat 20, 22.
Very good. Yep. The horseweed stash is inside the big chest at the end of the bed, which you are successfully able to determine because it smells utterly vile.
Or great, depending on your opinion.
That's an opinion, yeah. And yeah, there's a big bag of it. You don't immediately see the helmet, Elena's helmet that she reckons would be in here.
Looking around, is there anything it could be under or within?
Make another investigation. Actually, make an Arcana and an investigation, and I'll take the higher of the two.
Okay, Arcana. That's 18. Investigation. 12.
Okay, you sense a magical disturbance in the corner of the room behind the chaise lounge. I say corner; it's a circular room behind the chaise lounge.
Okay, I will walk over.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and check for traps?
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to say that your investigation before determined that there are not. This room is untrapped.
Okay, so I will reach my hand forward towards it and see if I hit anything. My guess is it's invisible.
Mm-hmm. Have you got any gloves on or anything?
Shit. Nope.
Okay.
These hands are for showing.
Have you got nails?
No, water staff.
I've got the water staff. I think I've got nails.
Yeah, I assume you have nails. So you reach your hand forward, kind of the flat of your hand down, just to try and feel out anything, and you just hear a gentle dink as the tip of your nail contacts something hard and profoundly not air-like.
Okay. So I'm right now. I'm starting to fret because no one's came in.
At this point, can we try and make our way maybe round to the back of? Oh, I don't know. Xander, we need to do something.
We do. I know. We can.
For all you know, Missy could be in trouble.
Yeah, we need to go. Okay, we'll just bluff. Maybe
I'll look out.
maybe he has an identical twin that none of his workers know about. That's our backup. Let's go. We walk towards it with purpose and confidence.
Okay, you walk forward with purpose and confidence. I'm going to say that it doesn't make sense for you to be able to use your strength as part of your charisma rolls here because you are not representing as yourself.
Yep.
But you are more than welcome to attempt to bluff your way in.
Okay.
Good to swim, please.
We don't need to because
Well, I'll use it as a backup.
yeah, it's backup.
Or I'll spill coffee all over them. Wink, wink.
No,
I don't know what that wink wink means. It's maybe very uncomfortable.
I think it's that spell that you mentioned yesterday. But okay, I'll just sort of do my best disdainful stare and sort of shoo them shoo people out of the way, because this is how what Kid thinks of Percy, that he's doesn't really care about his workers because he wasn't going to pay them, so he's just gonna sort of shoo people out of the way, give them kind of a nod, not really try and speak, and just try and hope that force of personality is just going to get him in without
Okay, so you go
Any
in with all
interactions.
the classic Percyisms that you have come to know and love. And as you may have expected from the not particularly engaged guards, they just give you a nod and say, "You're right, boss," and you walk through with no effort whatsoever. Because you look
Oh, yeah.
exactly like their boss, and they're not going to ask questions.
Good.
Normally best not
Good.
to.
Yeah.
They're not like operational security experts, put it that way.
That's
Yeah.
good.
So you wander in and you see Missy sort of stretching her hand out
You see
into what
you
appears to
see
be
a short
nothing.
version of the other guards.
Oh yes, sorry. Yes, you see.
As I turn to look at you, I clear my throat again.
Oh, well, we didn't hear. It was too quiet.
I thieve.
So what have you found, Missy?
So I'm going to place my hand, reach my hand back to the back of it and
Mhm.
pull it towards me.
Okay.
So I'm still along the ground.
Yes, you dislodge the object ever so slightly. You move it slightly in its phase, and it immediately reappears. The large, huge, thick black helmet of the Black Knight.
Okay. Kid is in here, but Xander's still outside, right?
Did
Xander.
Xander come in?
Yeah, I'm not coming in with you.
Oh, okay.
Like they'll be chill with you. They'll probably won't be chill with me.
So I turned to Kid. Which direction is Xander in?
Outside.
Just outside. He's come a bit closer because we really couldn't hear what you.
Okay. Which direction is he in?
I don't know. I point to the direction that I left him in.
Okay.
That's the left.
Yep.
So
right
this is a tent, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So can I just reach underneath the outside the tent?
Yep.
Wave
Suck
the
it.
hand.
Do I see a helmet coming out from under the tent?
You don't see a helmet.
Do I see
Just
a helmet coming out from under the tent?
Did you say hand, Reylynn?
Yeah, I stuck my hand out and waved it
Just
along the
a hand
grass.
segment.
Yeah. You see a small hand.
Right, I'm just gonna tap it with my hand. Let's go.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna push. I'm gonna roll the. Well, not roll, but I just put the helmet outside.
Okay.
Take
So
Roll out.
this helmet, I may have failed to really convey just how enormous and thick and heavy this helmet
Oh
is.
no. Oh dear.
You, Missy, are not going to be able to shift this helmet any more than the kind of iota that you managed to move it to shift it out of phase on your own.
Kid,
Yeah. Okay. Will it fit under the tent? Is it too big to fit under?
Yeah, no, if Xander lifted it up high enough, I think that would be
Okay.
so
Okay. I'll give you a hand. Yeah.
okay, so you do it. So I'm gonna go back outside and just meaningless chatter with the two guards.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. I'll do my best to.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
no.
So you, Kid, are you going to try and move the helmet?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Okay.
shift it out to Xander, which is gonna go really well.
Make a strength save if you would.
Okay. Lord, it's only in a. Do I know how this dice work? Maybe I don't. I can't tell if it's a 14 or I can't tell if I rolled a 9 or a 6. Wait a sec. I think I did a 9. So 14.
Okay, yep, that's going to be enough. You're able to you can't just like pick it up and place it outside, but you can knock it onto its side, and from there you can roll it under the under the flap, and it's lucky that you distracted the guards, Missy, because your cacophonous all right was just about able to cover the loud clattering of the helmet being tossed onto its side and rolled out under his head and away.
Oh, I'm gonna try and pick it up.
You can't pick it up.
Oh.
You do not
Oh.
succeed. I don't need to make you roll for that.
Oh.
The skinny dropout. Yeah, I don't think he's picking it up.
Yeah, so- Did I hear the clattering?
Very faintly, I'll say you knew what to expect. So yes, you knew what the
Yeah,
sound
so I go
was.
like, all right, make sure the boss is all right. We go back inside.
All right.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Okay, yeah. You see that. Well, you see what you see. You see that Kid is.
You know what you know. You see what you see.
Kid is sort of continuing to push this thing out under the tent, and kind of half under the flap at this point. So
Yeah, so I look at the kid and like, all's good.
Well, I don't think Xander can carry it, so I'm not sure.
We'll just get back outside.
Okay, but what about the horseweed? What are we doing about that? Do we need to take that now, or are we gonna save that?
How much horseweed is it?
it's in a backpack-shaped and backpack-sized object, and it's filled.
We could burn it.
But we need it as evidence.
That's true. Well, it's
Make all the horses sleepy.
Heck.
I mean, it. Wait, you should carry it out, surely.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just say I'm. What would I be doing with it?
Just taking it somewhere.
Just taking it somewhere. Okay. Confidence. Yep. Okay. Yep. I can do this.
I put my hand on Kid's shoulder and like miss first time and then go again.
Very good.
I believe in you.
Appreciate that.
Aw.
Okay. Okay.
Amazing.
Thanks.
Deception.
Ah,
No.
sad.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just sort of, as casually as I can, pick up this bag and just
Mhm.
saunter out with some haste.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'd like to go out first.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right. Yeah, all right.
It was on the way. We'll keep it clear.
All right.
Bit peeved.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right then. All right. Yep. All right.
It's turn
Yeah,
red
you
in
know,
the face.
Yeah. Okay. So, kids, you make your way out. I'm supposing.
Yep.
Yeah. They avert their eyes so as to try and avoid catching your glare and catching the brunt of your ire, whatever that happens to be for. And that's just like you're all right, you're all right, boss. Yeah.
Go.
All right. So
So-
yeah.
Head around the back.
Yeah, you do that. You are now. There are the three of you. One who is a small guard. One who is Percy. Although now is about the time when Percy's
Yeah.
disguise.
I
The
like
horses.
the idea that as you was walking out, your face was slowly becoming more red.
Yeah,
Horns were starting to appear from the head.
Yeah.
yeah. He's
Just
sort of
don't look at me.
hiding it from view. And
Grab your oil like.
yes, by the time you TM.
Yeah,
By the time you get back to around to the back of the tent, you are once again Kid, and Xander's there, kind of in a futile attempt trying to pick up this.
It ain't working.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
it's like I'm usually very strong, but this
Hmm.
it is.
Uh-huh.
So,
I know.
I'll take the backpack.
Yeah. Thank you.
I've got a better idea. I'm gonna cast levitate on this helmet.
Hey.
Okay, you cast levitate on the helmet.
Yeah, why not?
You can make it.
very light.
I mean, with levitate, I think it's probably just about light enough. I think levitate works up to like £499, so I'm pretty sure it will.
It'd be underneath. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can cast levitate on it, and it will float above the ground.
Sweet.
And you couldn't have done that before, Xander.
I mean,
He wasn't in the
you know,
tent.
it's been a while since I've been to magic school. I kind of feel like that's one of the ones I didn't bother to learn.
All right, so so I'm gonna slowly push our group away from the tent when we're all
Yeah.
we got all the stuff.
Mhm.
Where do we go now?
We need to head back to give the Black Knight her helmet,
Yeah.
and also,
Yeah.
and hide the rest of the.
So
Oh, sweet.
Hide or
I'll-
smoke it.
Mm.
I'll take my cloak and wait. Could you get the helmet beneath my cloak to cover it?
Yeah, well, it's levitating now, so you
You can just sort of pull it and.
Yeah, just
push
kick it.
there. Probably fine.
Okay, so then should we take a wide berth back around to the stable?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you head back round, away from the general direction of the guards, who have once again resumed their not doing very much, and you make your way, through the stables in the general direction of where Yelena hailed you from before. The dwarf is still kind of sitting with his napping horse, and the dwarf himself seems to have calmed down a bit to the point of dropping off in the mid-afternoon sun. So
Sleeping with his horse.
yeah, they're both having a sleep. So you make your way back towards where Yelena hailed you from before, and you hear again a familiar psst, psst, and
The snakes are back.
Run!
and she pulls you back in around the corner, and she says, "Did you go in? What did you? Oh my God, it's Percy." And wait, have you taken off your disguise?
Yeah, Percy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They've dropped.
There's no Percy.
The potion dropped, I think.
Just as they left the tent.
Oh, that's right. Yes. And are you still as a guard, Reylynn, Missy?
No, I just dropped. When I dropped it,
Okay. Yeah.
Let's
So
want to change out of this again.
yeah. So you immediately she eyes this floating orb that she recognizes so well, and says, "Oh, you got it! You got it! Thank you so much. I'm so pleased that you were able to get it back for me. Was it difficult?"
Nah.
We still risked life and limb.
Yin and yang.
It was no.
I'm hoping that a job opportunity opens up real soon though.
Oh yeah, yeah. As soon as I've me and Alfie are happily away, I'm sure we can sort that out. Now, do you mind if I just put this back on? Or take it?
Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks. And she goes to grab it up with the normal amount of force she would use, but because it is currently under levitation, what she actually ends up doing is throwing it at very high speed into the air. At which
I
point,
can just float it back down.
well, at which point it leaves the range of your levitation. It stops levitating and plummets back to Earth with enough force and vigor to carve out a small to medium-sized hole in the ground, from which she quickly just retrieves it and picks it up as if it weighed nothing and puts it on her head.
Right.
She really is rather strong.
Has
Yeah.
Percy messed around with your horse at all? Because
Nope.
we haven't seen him.
No, he.
Yeah.
I was speaking to some of the folks around, and they said that he's basically just been bragging about the semi-finals for to anybody who'll listen all around the fair. So he wouldn't have had time to do this. I suppose the guards could have done it, but they didn't come close. I think they must have saw that somebody was looking out, and maybe they didn't want to disturb the dwarf. Who knows? Maybe he
Right.
thought that stealing my helmet would be enough and put me off, but
Never
Anyway.
wake a sleeping dwarf.
too true.
Sleeping Beauty.
I suppose all there is to do now is wait for you to completely eviscerate Lord Smythe.
He's not so bored. Like, let's be real.
He's a sir.
yeah,
Self-appointed sir.
So she looks towards the clock tower that's just barely visible in the town, and she says, "Oh crap! Yes, you're right. It's about time to go." And she says, "Thank you so much, adventurers. I'll see you after the tournament. You will watch, won't you?"
Of
Of
course, yes.
course.
Oh, yes. It's going to be maybe my proudest moment. And she darts off to go and get herself ready. And the three of you can make your way towards the main, what did I call it before? Jousting track?
Yeah, jousting
Yeah.
field,
Cool.
joust area.
Yes. As you're walking towards the jousting area, you hear from in the vague direction of Percy's tent some kind of apoplectic rage of "Where is it?" Something along those lines. And you see that Percy, his usually perfectly trimmed, coiffed hair is sort of slightly frazzled as he's angrily trying to talk to the guards outside his tent.
I spin the camera around and zoom it in.
Yes, your patron is exceedingly pleased at the event, and you notice that 2 or 3 of the people nearby to the camera spontaneously start giggling, and I'm sure they don't know why, but they sort of fall flat on their bottoms with laughter.
Just gonna go up to him and ask him, what are you looking for, Percy? I mean, sir, I mean...
Oh, he's too far away. He's over at his tent, and you're.
Okay, I'll just stay here. I'm not gonna go. Bother. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I think.
Don't rub it in, poor guy.
I kind of want to
Rub it in after he's cocked up. Not right now.
Yeah, I mean after he's impaled with a spear.
Yeah.
Right.
Are we using like not blunt weapons here? Oh my god.
So, you make your way over to the tournament center, and and the Black Knight canters up on the back of her, as you now know, her enormous horse, and it takes about 5 minutes. There's some mumblings and murmurings about what's going on, but before long, Percy, now kind of hidden behind his own helmet, is wandering up on his horse to the starting blocks, and the 2 horses and the 2 riders, they're facing each other. They're facing each other down, and the starting gun, whatever it is they use, fires off.
Starting yeet, let's chuck yeet.
The starting goblin is yeeted, and the 2 charge at each other, and underneath the visor of the helmet that Percy's wearing, you see as the horses accelerate and do not decelerate, and do not notably fall asleep. You see Percy's eyes go wide, and his horse in fact does start to slow down, but only because he's pulling on the reins, and within a couple of seconds he actually leaps wholesale off the back of his horse and runs a few paces away so that he's out of the firing line of the charging Black Knight.
I cast Eldritch Giggle.
You cast
No
Eldritch
running.
Giggle.
No running.
Going to make a wisdom save. That is not going to succeed. So
Surely his wisdom is like 5.
yeah, he's not exceedingly wise, and rolling a 3 doesn't help. So he steps away, and before he can run anywhere, he falls flat on his back in a fit of laughter. And indeed, you do start to hear a boo coming from all around, and this time it is not fake; it is exceedingly real.
And thaumaturgy makes it even louder.
And thaumaturgy makes it even louder.
People are throwing rotten tomatoes. I'm throwing yeet.
And
Bounces off Percy's armor.
And as before, the adjudicators murmur and mumble and rah 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 to each other, and it doesn't take as long this time because they've got precedent, because they return and say, "Yes, indeed, the Black Knight is the victor," and you hear a cheer go up from the crowd, and the Black Knight steps off her horse and walks up to the dais that features the Lord and gets very close, takes his hand, and after that removes her helmet to reveal that she, Yelena, was the victor all along. And the Lord is temporarily taken aback. He says, "You, I could never have imagined that you would have such strength, such courage, such power, and such bravery to fight this fight and win. I am sorry I ever doubted you, my dear." And he says, "If you wish my daughter's hand, then you may have it." And Yelena says, "Yes, I would. I rather would." And Elfie says,
"All right."
and Elfie, she leans forward and says, "As it happens, so would I." And they they share a passionate embrace in front of a crowd of hundreds.
This is a PG stream. How dare they?
They receive a round of applause greater and more powerful than any that has come before today, and all is well and good, except somebody is not giggling anymore. He makes his way to his feet, and brushing his tousled hair aside, Percy says, You've cheated. And the three of you have cheated, and you've robbed me of my prize."
I'm gonna use sleep.
You can't sleep.
What?
You cast it.
Yeah.
Cast away. No, I mean, you may cast it now.
Roll.
You have lots of rolls.
You need to roll 5d8, and this better be good.
Oh, I'll cast it level 2 actually. I'll
Oh.
cast it level 2.
Ooh.
That gives you an
I
extra
get
2d8? 1d8.
I can't remember.
Let me look it up.
Is it 1 or 2? It's
2d8. 2 extra 2d8.
I'm rolling 7d8. Great. Crap roll again. So 10 plus 7 plus 5. So 22.
Unfortunately, he has
rubbish on this.
more than 22 hit points. So
Heck.
he leans in and says, "So it's going to be like that, is it? Well, guards, seize them!" And I'm going to need you all to roll initiative for me.
Ah!
I'm really rolling badly on those d8s. I got a 6 total initiative.
Oof, 6 as well.
Oh dear.
I got 17.
Oh, well done.
Ooh.
I'm kind of just taken aback by the fact of my sleep. Yet again, I really should have attended more of an academy. I have
And- Okay. Which of the two of you who rolled 6s has got higher dexterity?
Mine's a 12. What's your dex?
Oh, my dex is a 16.
Okay, so Xander will come before Kid in order. Okay, yes, and indeed, from just outside of the jousting rink, one of the goons jumps in and tries to sweep at you with a slash of his sword. And when I say you, I mean Kid.
Oh, okay. Am I? Can I have my shield up for for the AC bonus, or do I not? Have I not had time to do that?
You can do that. Yes, you can.
Okay, cool.
And he's going to miss anyway, so you're all right.
Oh.
But the placard over your head does do you favours there. Missy,
Yep.
what will you do? So
Okay,
there's Percy and there's two goons.
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick hop and get into a little bit of an exaggerated stance and use make sure the camera's in the right spot and use my fan service
Oh yes,
for my bonus action.
very good.
So I'm sure my patron is pleased.
Yes. What does your fan service do? Just for the
I will gain advantage for my next attack action and gain 7 temporary hit points.
very good.
Okay, then for my action, Eldritch Blast.
Very good. Classic.
Okay.
Is it a wisdom save? I can't remember.
No,
Attack roll.
it's attack.
Okay, cool.
So I get a single dice
Mhm.
as I have level 3. So I get advantage because I used my fan service.
Yep.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Oh, okay. An extra damage dice for you.
Okay. So I do D10. Ten.
10 total.
So I rolled a 10.
Oh,
You
wow.
get a different dice. Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yes.
you rolled a nat
Oh,
20 will give
right.
you double damage dice.
Oh, damage,
yes. Do I have a D10? There it is. No, it's not. It's D8. There. Okay. 10.
Wow. Excellent work.
I can take a
Whoa.
picture.
No, I trust you. I believe you. I mean, that's.
And
yeah.
I also have agonizing blast, so I add 4, so 24 damage.
24 damage.
Oh
Very
my
nice.
God.
Okay. He's still upright, but he is not cheerful. Yeah, wow. That's kind of smart.
Wowzers.
So
Um,
I flick my hands out, and it like beams out of both my palms at him.
And
And a
in,
bright pink light in front of the camera.
in fact, your patron is so impressed by that they're actually going to make a roll on the patron.
Ooh.
Yes.
Channeling super cultist.
they are sharing in your enragement and righteous anger, and they are going to cast acid splash over the first guard who came near to attack Xander, and that is good. A half damage, I believe that looks out as. So, what is half of the damage? What is the dice roll for acid splash?
No, I think it's a reward.
How embarrassing. Got to look it up. 1d6. So half of 1d6 is 1. So the goon is going to take 1 acid damage and feel rather unpleasantly coughed on by a camera, which can't be a nice experience. Next up is Percy, who is, like I said, still upright. But he actually clutches at his chest and falls over, and he's not moving.
Coward.
Absolute coward.
He is, well, he appears to be dead, put it that way. His other guard, seeing this, goes, "No, the boss, no!" and rushes in to attack Missy, who you know
No.
is quite deserving thereof.
Can I use my reaction to impose disadvantage? Am I within 5 feet of Missy?
You are, yes, you are standing next to each other.
Okay, well, I'll give disadvantage on this then with protection.
Okay. That's a 14 and a 18.
Well, my AC is bright big 30.
Oh, right. So he just barely lands a hit on you. So you're going to take d6. 2 plus how many? Plus 1. So 3. You're going to take 3 bludgeoning? No, piercing damage.
My patrons have kindly donated enough temporary hit points to soak that up.
Very good. Xander, it's your turn.
Yes, there's still a guard charging at me, isn't there?
He's
Okay.
not charging at you anymore. He's
Oh,
arrived.
okay. He's arrived. Right.
He's in front of you
right.
now.
I'm gonna spill some coffee on him, and by that I mean he's burning hands. But it's my
Oh, yeah, that was it.
focus. And
Uh-huh.
to spray him with coffee.
Very good.
Dex save against DC 13.
That is a 10 plus 2 is a 12.
Yes.
Oh,
so
yes.
now I need to roll some d6s. I should have. Wait, it's 3d6. Yeah, 3d6. Cool. One more dice. That's 16. Which is quite good on 3d6. Fine
16 damage is enough to knock one of
Yes.
these guards spark out.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So one of these, the guard that rushed at you first and tried to land a hit on you, does in fact fall over in writhing in pain, and before long
Quite
stops moving.
Permanently burnt.
Quite possibly.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're talking McDonald's temperatures here.
Let's say they're scolded.
Yeah. All right. So, Kid, it's your go.
What to do about this asshole of a knight? What are we doing with him?
Before you come to any conclusion on that, something strikes your ankle, and you notice that Percy, dead as he is, was fainting. Wait, he isn't dead.
Yeah.
Percy
Yeah.
surprise.
No way.
Can you believe it?
The old Percy surprise.
he darts an arm out and catches you in the ankle with a poison dagger that is pulled out from
Oh, what
his
a
armor.
shit.
You are going to take 2d6 damage, half of which is poison. Okay, well that's 3 plus 1 poison.
He's not a proficient knight.
And you're not going to be able to move this turn.
Oh, well, that's fine, because I'm clearly right next to him.
Mhm.
I'm going to hit him with a placard.
All right, you
That has
bonk him.
reach.
Okay, that's an 18. Does that hit?
His armor class is exactly 18. It does hit.
Hell yeah, okay.
It's got a plate mail.
Yeah, okay. Oh, and that's an 8 on the dice. That's plus 3 because it's one-handed, so 11.
Okay. With that, he does not make any further attempts to come at you. He seems to be subdued, shall we say?
He did all this for a woman.
Oops.
He got sent to horny jail.
Bonk.
So I don't know if this is written on the character sheet you've been given, but Kid's placard tends to do non-lethal damage unless.
Yeah, I didn't want to do lethal damage.
Okay.
I really wasn't trying to. I just wanted to sort of knock him out.
So he is knocked out, as you say.
Okay, good.
Guard 2 is slightly more than knocked out. He is
Oops.
incapacitated and then some. Missy, it is your turn. There is one guard still up.
Eldritch Blast.
Aye, aye.
I don't know. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, I've got one spell slot left. I'll do Witch Bolt.
Oh, very
Oh
nice.
my god.
So I make a ranged spell attack.
Mhm.
Let's see, plus 6. That is 24.
Oh.
Yeah,
Ow.
that's going to hit.
Oh wait, and they take D12 lightning damage.
Oof.
Okay, roll it. There's a 1 in 12 chance that this guard is fully dead now, but we'll see.
Oh no.
It does a sweet 2 damage.
Okay, he's still up.
I can spend my action on subsequent turns to deal D12 lightning damage again. And
Oh, wow.
no ability to resist, but if I do anything else with my action, it stops. And for my bonus action, I will. I've already done my fan service. No. A bonus action, I will keep posing for my camera.
All right, then. You do
Sure.
that.
Pose for a selfie.
In fact, you know what? That's sufficiently interesting role-playing that I'm going to roll the patron dice again.
Ooh.
That's a 4. Your Patreon is impressed with your Patreon. Your patron is impressed with your confidence,
Same.
and from the from the back of the camera, you feel guided, and your patron has cast the spell Guidance on
Okay, nice.
on the remaining goon, which I think gives you advantage or something.
No, so what it would do is give me a plus D4 to ability checks with my of the choice.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah. So it's cast on you, right?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
if you touch one willing creature, so I assume my patron's touching me.
Yeah,
Effective.
that's right. Yeah. Okay. It's the goon's go. He is, let's say, profoundly unimpressed with your actions, and is going to try and bonk you with his sword again. It's going to be to hit.
Oh wait, I'll do the same thing. I'll use my reaction to impose disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
I'll sort of put the placard up, just
Yeah.
hopefully in time.
So 11 and 15 plus 3. So 14 and 18, which
Ah.
once again is going to hit, but it sounds like you're pretty beefy. So d6, that's going to be 8 damage.
Owie.
Oof.
That gets through my Patreon dollars. Okay.
Right, Xander, it's your turn.
Right. There's only one more thing, right?
Only one goon left.
Only one goon left. Okay, I'll just I'll put him to sleep. It's gone very well before.
All right.
He's got so little hit points now, you must be able to get him to sleep.
Wow. Okay. 18.
18 is enough. Yes, this goon is
Sparta.
asleep. Yes. So you have one
Right.
fully unavailable goon and one asleep goon.
Excellent.
At which point, I think we can safely exit initiative order.
Yes.
And you look back towards the Black Knight, who, for all their bravery and
May
know.
I spend one action to electrocute the dude a little more?
yeah, go for it. Yeah, roll your d12 if you want to. Oh yeah, it will wake back up. That is how.
But it could also kill him.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I wouldn't do it. I won't do it.
All right.
It-
Sadistic.
It's content. It's content. Also, this is all on camera.
This goes on World Star.
All right. Yeah. So the Black Knight, for all her bravery and competence, wasn't particularly forthcoming in that fight. You see that she is actually just been effectively protecting the Lord and Elfie from the danger in front of them, and made sure that the goons can't come anywhere near. But yes, as this the danger sort of dissipates, you can go back to talking to the Lord and Elfie and Yelena, and as you might imagine, they have been already talking, and indeed they've been talking about their wedding, their honeymoon, and it sounds
Yay.
like their wedding is not too far off now.
No.
And of course, the three of you are guests of honor.
Yay!
You will be
Oh, yeah.
very much invited.
Wait, there's one thing I think we should do for
What's
anything
this?
else. Let's
Electrocute
put
him.
Percy in the trough.
Oh my.
Well,
It's
that's
dead.
very interesting. You should say that because you turn back towards Percy, and he looks at you and says, he looks at you, which you are surprised by because, as far as you were aware, he was unconscious. He looks at you and he climbs very slowly to his feet. And he says, "Well, you've done very well. You have robbed me of my prize, yes. But you shall not put me in the trough. Nobody puts Percy in the trough. In fact, and he's using his reaction now. In very fact, think back on today as the day you almost caught Sir Percival. Oh shit, what I said? Wigginsthorpe Smythe. And he casts a smoke bomb, and by the time it's dissipated, he is no longer in your presence.
Damn.
God damn it! We
Oh no! What a threat to the world!
But-
can't go back in a horse trough.
But and as the festivities draw to a close, there is merriment abound. The three of you are treated royally, and the Black Knight comes through. Reylynn comes through with all the promises she made to you. Your collab, your
What's up, guys? I've got the Black Knight here with me right now.
Again, I don't understand who's watching your streams.
My
What's the
patron.
technology?
My
literally-
patron-
Your patron.
only the
Right.
patron. There is nobody else watching.
Okay.
This is Eldritch God just watching this one gnome's life
Yeah.
religiously.
God.
But what goes on at the wedding? What continues? How continues the adventures of Xander, Kid, and Missy? That, I'm afraid, is a story for another time. So thank you very much, the three of you, for playing along, and thanks for everybody for watching. I hope you've had a good time.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
awesome.
I've had an awesome
Thank
time.
you for DMing.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Yep. For those of you who are interested in Adventuring with Pride, having watched the stream, the first edition, which contains 4 entirely different adventures, is available now from the pocketworkshop.co.uk. Adventuring with Pride Queer We Go Again will be available as of September. If you can spare any money for mermaids, please do consider donating. It is a fantastic cause, and everybody who's worked at Tabletop Radio has worked phenomenally hard to make sure this happens, and has pulled it off. Thank you for those of you who have donated so far. It's really fantastic to see so many people come out in support of this brilliant charity. And of course, thanks again to the players, every participant from every event. And there is more besides. This is not the final bonus stream, but you'll have to check the timetable with Tabletop Radio to see when the next streams are. I believe there are some fantastic, fun role-playing games coming up. So
Yeah.
One might say monstrous streams.
yeah, if you want to know what that means, go and look up the timetable and come along to the streams, which are not very long away now. Once again, yes, thank you to Alex, Artemis, and Reylynn for playing along. Thanks to Jack for writing the adventure. And I hope to see you again soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Make sure to check out Missy.twitch.
Oh.
Uh,
Bye.